760, the Thursday edition. Thursday, June 27th edition. Actually, if we're dialing it in here. Rich on vacay. Got J-Riff filling in for the next couple days while Rich stays away. J-Riff, you hear him every single day here on the Darren Smith Show. He's the guy pressing the buttons, spinning the ones and twos over in the control room. Good morning, J-Riff.
Good morning. Are we walking down Main Street in Disneyland?
What? Yeah.
That's how I feel right now. Not only because
it's an adventure.
It's magical to be around you guys every morning.
We go on a journey, a quest, an adventure every single day here. That's how it has to be. Sorry.
Fletch, we're working on it. Don't worry.
Oh boy.
The camera situation?
Yeah.
So
DIY.
Okay. So there was a camera sitch as we're trying to get J-Riff's camera up and running. The part of the camera that holds it to the camera stand is missing. So there was some Scotch tape
Rich's
used.
Camera after one day?
One day, Rich's camera already broken. And there you go. That's the direction it has to go. Here we go. Look at this.
Oh,
J-Riff now using more Scotch tape. Listen, this is a high-end operation. Okay? We're dialing it in. Padres in Fuego.
They actually are. That homestand was 7 games. They win 6 out of the 7. They sweep the Nationals, who are a pretty good team coming in. And with all the drama and all the storylines of this series, the Padres really just make quick work of the Nationals, especially yesterday. Dylan Cease dominant, 7 innings, 1 run or 1 hit given up. And then Kyle Higashioka was the man of the hour last night. 2 home runs, 1 early in the game, and then the grand slam later in the game to really open it all up and give them insurance runs. Because, by the way, they needed every run of that grand slam.
Well, yeah, Padres tried to give it up late where they were up 8-0. They win 8-5.
8-0 after the grand slam.
Yeah, exactly.
And so if they didn't have that grand slam, who knows how that goes? That's one of the biggest collapses of the season.
Dude, Kyle Higgy has 6 RBIs.
Higashioka.
Higashioka.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That was close enough.
You want to hear Don Orsillo say it?
Higashioka. Yeah.
So Don Orsillo on the call for both Kyle Higashioka home runs. And the first one was a double-decker into the Western Metal Supply building. The second one, triple-decker, all the way up at the very top. Both of them actually went inside the Western Metal Supply building. Take a listen.
Brett Sullivan down the left field line towards the corner. And it is gone. A 2-run home run for Kyle Higashioka, his 7th of the year. And the Padres get the lead again on top 2-0. In the air to deep left field. Higashioka sends one. Gone! Higashioka plays in Slam Diego. Grand slam opens it wide open. 8-0 on his second homer of the day.
So if you remember back in 2022, the Padres had 4 straight games with a grand slam. Now they have 2 straight games with a grand slam.
Yeah.
Are they going to get back to that?
So that's what I'm saying. Slam Diego all of a sudden back.
Do you remember the names of it last time? It was Will Myers, Eric Hosmer, Fernando Tatis Jr., and was it Daniel Camarena? Was he in that group? The relief pitcher?
Are we talking 2021?
Maybe. But this was a COVID season. My bad, because there were no fans in the stands.
No, there was, because I was at the Daniel Camarena game.
Then that wasn't part of Slam Diego, because Slam Diego, the four grand slams in 4 days,
was 2020
with the no fans in the stands.
Yeah,
but
we blocked
all
of that out of our.
Who was the guy that was hitting the slam?
Who was the 4th? I know 3: Will Myers, Eric Hosmer, Fernando Tatis Jr. I don't remember who the 4th was. We'll figure it out. Some point.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I mean, at the moment, it's guys that you wouldn't expect that are. I mean. Here we go again. Now Kyle Higashioka is the guy. It's so Profar and Kyle Higashioka. Those are the names we're calling out here of the superstars.
Hold on.
Talk to me down, J-Riff.
Well, no, I'm going to talk you up, Travis. There's levels, right? Like there's the Manny Machados and the Fernando Tatises. And then there's the Jerks and Profars. And then until yesterday, all the way down here was the Kyle Higashioka, because offensively, he's a great defensive catcher.
Who has the same amount of home runs as Manny Machado this season.
Bingo. And so it's not, Profar is a surprise. Kyle Higashioka is a shock. It is shocking to see the tear that...
Was that
last shocked time?
What just happened? I don't know what happened. Are you okay?
Dude, my body's still getting adjusted to these early morning wake ups.
Yeah,
but
it's cool.
My point is Kyle Higashioka, he's becoming Kyle the hero Higashioka.
For real. I mean, he's clutch. The guy's clutch. We've called out his name numerous times now, and here we go, another Padre that is playing way above their pay grade, and the Padres need it. They've won 7 of their last 8, 6 of the 7 on the homestand here. Actually, if you want to go further, 7 of the last 8, they've won 7 of their last 10. If you want to go back over a 10-game period,
this is a very important streak to be at. Like, you got to take care of these teams. Taking care of the Brewers in 3 or 4, great. Taking care of the Nationals in a sweep, fantastic. Now get on the road, try to win the series with the Red Sox. And, like, I don't know. How are you guys feeling? I know pitching is, like, still an issue. But are you guys...
Not last night.
Are we feeling... Well, they gave up full...
Middle relief.
I'm sorry. The starting pitcher, Dylan Cease, who I had major questions and not a lot of faith in, shoved, man. 7 innings. He allowed, I think, 1 hit in 7 innings, 9 strikeouts. The dude was... nasty.
You're seeing both sides of like pure talent from him, because you do have those games where he's given up 6 earned runs, and then you have those games where he is one of the best pitchers on the night across Major League Baseball. And they need him. They desperately need him, and I'm glad that he was at least able to pull through last night.
Yeah, but yes, the relief pitching is something to be desired right now. There's definitely some Achilles tendons that are on this Padre team, right? That you could pop, you could rupture here.
And it's the relief pitching. It's middle relief, especially. Dylan Cease was fantastic yesterday. It seems like it's every other start with him, right? Because he's been giving up home runs like crazy over his last few starts. And then yesterday he goes out, looks like the Dylan Cease that the Padres traded for. Manny Machado was the other grand slam. So it started with Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, or Will Myers was the second one. Manny Machado hit a walk-off grand slam, and then Eric Hosmer hit the 4th one. The 4 grand slams in 4 days, when Don Orsillo named it Slam Diego.
I really wanted Will Myers to be...
I wish he was still a Padre.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you said draw me a baseball player, it would look like Will Myers.
He wasn't great. Like, he started out incredible. He was like the Padres all-star for the first season. I think he was up there with Rookie of the Year. He might have won Rookie of the Year, but Will Myers had all the hope in the world to be a really great baseball player for the San Diego Padres, and he never really panned out, but no one ever really blamed him either.
Yeah.
He just seemed like a cool guy.
Exactly.
And like the run to the NLCS, Will Myers was downtown in the Gaslamp buying shots for everybody.
That was awesome. But
like
that was also
that's why you want him back.
I just like Will Myers.
Baseball prowess.
He seems like the chillest dude you could possibly hang out with.
I feel the exact same way.
Blake Snell was a chill dude, and you're not begging for him to come back.
Yeah, but Blake Snell was a lot more expensive than Will Myers would have been to bring back.
It's true. And
a little more inconsistent.
Well,
I don't know. I don't know if this is the team that this team needs like the sparks, right? Like Will Myers isn't that spark. Like Tommy Pham, now that guy's a spark. Like that guy is an explosive personality. And like you look at the series with the Nats, like they needed explosive personalities to ruminate this energy throughout the clubhouse, and it worked with Jerks and Profar and with Manny Machado, specifically in game number 2. But like, I don't know if they need a chill guy right now. I think they need somebody who's going to continue to amp up the entire lineup 1 through 9.
Look, I don't think they need Will Myers in any sense of the word.
You need Will Myers.
I just like Will Myers, and I think that I would have liked to see him in the dugout every once in a while with that hair, and even if he's just sitting there on the bench and not doing anything.
God, that beautiful, beautiful head of
Will
hair.
Myers is somebody that this show can get behind. Like Big Rich, TD, and Fletcher, like, Will Myers, they match energy with each other.
I feel like we would party. We would party.
Definitely would party.
Yeah. And J-Riff really working on this camera. Dude. Yeah, it's fine.
Let's have a very frank and open conversation about this. Rich Orberger gets back.
Yeah.
And the first thing he notices is his camera is messed up.
Well, the camera won't go on any stand at this moment. It's missing the piece that attaches it to the camera stand, which the piece was there yesterday, and it's not there today.
So let's think about the opening segment of the last 2 shows, right? At 6:05 yesterday, J-Riff tries to rename the show J-Riff, TD, and Fletch.
That's true.
At 6:02 today, J-Riff breaks Rich Ornberger's camera.
Yeah. What if you took the other piece and just clipped it to that computer?
First of all, thank you for your brain. Second of all, I didn't break the camera today.
You broke it yesterday?
So yesterday, after the Darren Smith show, Marty Caswell...
Does the camera work?
Camera works great.
Camera works. It just doesn't attach to a stand.
Yesterday, after the Darren Smith show, Marty Caswell comes storming up to the glass where Ben Fletcher is sitting behind.
Okay.
Which is where I am during
that
show.
All right.
And she
storming.
goes,
was she angry?
Well,
okay.
Storming is a natural term for her. Okay. It's not like a specific term.
Okay, go on.
And she goes, "What is this?"
And it was the piece?
And it was the piece. I didn't realize it at the time. I'm like, oh, I'm not sure. And she left it right here on this desk, which means that John and or Jim was the ones who probably took it, which is the two people that I'm going to blame for this fiasco.
If they took that piece, you're never seeing it again. I've let them borrow pieces before. I've never seen them again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure John Schaefer still has your iRig, doesn't he?
I think I have the iRig back, but the case that it went in, gone.
Like Higgy's homers.
It's just like Jim takes joy from everything. Jim also takes things.
Klepto?
Yeah, maybe.
Jim Russell's a klepto?
We can call him that now.
It's his sense of control. He doesn't get it on his own show, so he has to do it by stealing our things.
They were really good yesterday. I was listening along in the car. I was doing some errands yesterday, and John and Jim were on, and they were on air when Kyle Higashioka hit the second home run, and Jim Russell just couldn't stop laughing. Because I think that the roller coaster of the season that the Padres have been on, you expect, like yesterday, I kind of expected everything to fall out from underneath.
It was a loss. It was going to be a one-run game in my head.
You're getting out of town, like you're leaving for Boston the next day. I was expecting yesterday to go very poorly,
especially after an emotion. Like typically, the games after the emotional games are the games where you see a drop off, and that didn't happen at all.
I think Jim Russell was spot on the money when Kyle Higashioka hit the grand slam yesterday. He just started laughing. He's like, "What is this Padres team?"
Right.
So, hey, Padres, how about we don't do the Padres thing here? How about we don't just completely fall apart on a road trip to Boston?
Okay, if they start stringing together some wins here in the next couple weeks, and all of a sudden they're sitting pretty come the All-Star break, this is
to this team.
I mean, yeah,
but how?
Middle relief
pitching. No. Thank you. I know what they need to get. How are they going to get it? You're going to go dole out the last 3 prospects you have in this farm system,
or
they don't have assets anymore. We'll write a check for a team that's trying to get under the luxury tax. They literally had to sell Juan Soto because they couldn't write a check.
Well, okay, hold on.
Sorry, I'm coming in hot.
If Peter Seidler was still here, he'd just pay the tax.
That's fine. Major League Baseball wants to keep small market teams from competing. And that's why they were basically forced to sell Juan Soto.
We are the number 19 market in the nation.
You're talking about like radio market, buddy. It's a little bit different.
Unfortunately, Peter's not here, but AJ Preller is. And AJ Preller is pretty good at sending people off to bring people in. Now, how that always works out in the end, sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe not good. But
he still needs the sign off, Fletch. And this is a guy who probably won't last if they don't make the postseason. So do they sell their prospects?
He needs to add.
But why would they sign off on it on the still pretty decent chance that they miss the playoffs? Because if they miss the playoffs and he makes a trade and they lose Leonardus DeVries and maybe a couple of other like middle of the road prospects that they still have, and they don't make the playoffs, not only did you trade your prospects, but now AJ, they're all gone.
So, but Preller is going to be fighting to retain his job.
Yeah,
he needs to get to the postseason and probably get past the wild card round of the postseason. Otherwise, bye-bye Preller.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter either way to AJ Preller, who's left here.
But I'm talking about the team. I'm talking about the other people on the team.
I get it, but prospects are prospects. That's exactly what they are. And Preller's also shown that he's pretty good at restocking the farm because every single time we talk about it, it's like, oh, the Padres have one of the best farm systems in Major League Baseball.
But
they've been shipping off people like crazy.
Diminishing return, though. Look at the Orioles. The Orioles have been really good.
I don't care about the Baltimore Orioles.
Okay, but if you're trying to use a comp, this is the comp to use. Oh yeah, I forgot.
I could not name a single person on the Baltimore Orioles.
But you don't need to know anybody on the Baltimore Orioles. What you need to know is the product that they undertook to build a winning team.
Right now.
Cleveland Guardians are a good example of this too. Like these are teams who invested in their prospects instead of trading them away, and then built up a foundation and a culture, and now it's leading to winning. The Padres, they'll get prospects, but then they'll trade away those prospects.
We were riding a high, okay? The Padres on fire in Fuego.
Get out of here with your logic.
Yeah, you come in here and you're trying to bring us back down to earth, and that sucks. By the way, what are you drinking?
It's a protein shake.
Why is it so thick?
3 scoops of protein powder.
How much protein do you need?
You should be having about as many grams as your weight per day.
I have to have 260 pounds of protein a day.
Yeah, you should.
My God.
But because I'm vegan, I need my protein. I have 30 grams of protein in the morning.
True story. Physical therapy yesterday. My physical therapist asked me in genuine concern. She said, hey, I just want to make sure, you've been doing a really good job. Today's your last appointment. I do want to have a checkup in 3 weeks. You've been doing so good. I just want to make sure. You're not a vegan, are you? I said, Ma'am, absolutely not. She's like, thank goodness. Like, we have to
Good.
have such tough conversations with vegans who break bones because it's so hard for them to heal.
But yeah, because because they're missing protein. But that's the thing is like the reason that they're it's not because they're vegan. It's because they're not supplementing. It's because they're not supplementing their veganism with the proper amount of protein.
So are you saying that veganism is not what humans should
bad
do?
for you.
No, first of all, everything could be bad for you if you approach it the wrong way.
Right.
Not being vegan can be great for you. Being vegan can also be great for you. It's just making sure that you're taking the proper steps to make up for the deficiencies that you're giving up, right? Like I'm not eating meat, and so like I have pea protein in here, but the pea protein is a natural base. It's a lot better. It's a lot easier for your body to process. And also you get natural energy. It doesn't slow you down like eating a 12-ounce steak would.
Yeah, it's not as much fun. Yes, exactly. It's not as much fun as a steak.
I left physical therapy yesterday.
A great time right now.
I left physical therapy yesterday with my therapist having prescribed me a steak. And I feel pretty good about that.
That is pretty good. You're done with physical therapy, by
the way.
That
was my last like intense appointment. I still have homework, which sucks that I have to do every single day. But then in 3 weeks, I have the checkup, and I don't know.
Is that what we are? Is that what we're celebrating tomorrow on Bar Cart Friday? Is Fletch being done with PT?
I mean, we can add that in there. We celebrate Bar Cart Friday just because it's Bar Cart Friday.
Bar Cart Friday.
Brought to you by.
Should I start hydrating now?
I mean, not a bad idea.
Okay.
I mean, are you going all out on a Bar Cart Friday?
Drinker, but I plan on dying before my 12 o'clock shift.
That sounds great. And Tony is gonna smell blood in the water. You just gave him all the ammunition he needs.
Yeah, Tony.
Instead of TD getting the full pours, J-Riff is gonna get him tomorrow.
That is correct.
Okay, we can't use our normal halftime sounder, which is dumb. The horns, RIP. We miss you already.
Right. So
the one thing we had in this world.
A little inside baseball,
BTS.
I guess, as we're playing the football theme, is there's been a crackdown on licensed material. So we had to go all royalty free, and we thought we had the okay with the NFL horns
because we broadcast NFL games on this station.
Right. And then they said, nah, can't do that either.
This is what we have, and just pretend there's a big voice guy saying, it's halftime. Blah, blah, blah. What do you got, Fletch?
All right, it's halftime. Gonna have to take a quick reset here on Big Red Shitty and Fletch. Fletch, what do you got for us?
Thank you, big voice guy. Well, the Padres complete the sweep of the Nationals yesterday at Petco Park. 8-5 win. Kyle Higashioka, 2 homers in the win, one of them a grand slam. Kyle Higashioka is the catcher of the Slam Diego Padres. The Padres finally get a day off today before shipping off to Boston. Whoa. They got the Red Sox for 3 games starting tomorrow, followed by 3 against the Rangers in Texas. First round of the NBA draft last night. Hawks had the first overall pick. They took Zachary. TD, you want to say his name?
Sure. Hang on. Zachary Rizeche.
Nailed it. The 6'9", sharp-shooting French basketball player becomes the second first overall pick from France in a row out of the last 2 years. 2-time college basketball player of the year, Zach Edey from Purdue, went number 9 to the Grizzlies. Second round of the NBA draft continues tonight. And guys, the question on the board, does Bronny James get drafted today?
Yeah, he does.
55th overall to the Los Angeles Lakers.
So I saw this, this list of the best remaining players, and he was number 25 on the best remaining player
I believe
list.
There's only 28 picks today because 2 teams got their picks taken away from them. I can't remember which 2.
I forgot which 2 too, but it was tampering. Miami and somebody else?
Yeah, I have it right here. Hang on.
By the way,
Suns and 76ers each lost the 2024 second round draft.
That music was incredibly close. Did you find that yourself?
TD found it.
Yeah,
we have like 5 of them now that we can kind of rotate.
In that case, I'm going to give you the credit.
Well, actually, when I heard it, I thought, God, that's not nearly close to the same.
No, that start is actually pretty good.
It's like when you see like an AI person on Instagram, you're like, it's almost a person,
right?
But it's not quite a person,
right? Yeah, it was exactly that.
Hot or bot,
which turns out we were only 66% correct on while choosing hot or bot. So J-Riff, was it a week ago? Maybe 2 weeks ago.
What this is?
Yeah, we decided. Well, because there was an article that said that humans don't respond as much to an AI model that they do as a human model.
Respond how?
Sexually.
Yeah, by drinking their pea protein.
Yeah, exactly. So we decided we're going to see if we can even tell the difference between an AI model or a real model. And we both, Rich and I, got 3 out of 5 correct.
Yeah, I had a really fun
somewhere
time finding all these pictures.
4 out of 6, actually. 4 out of 6 correct. We both got. And it was different ones.
Yeah, it was. But
how did you guys respond?
I was very excited. It was no one could come in the studio.
The desk kept moving up and down.
I could not stand it. If
Nobody
you asked me,
could come in the studio. That is correct.
If you said, hey, can you write the answer on the board? I could not walk up there and do it. I would just have to take the 0.
By the way, we can blame Jim Russell for the broken camera. I just got confirmation from John Schaefer.
John Schaefer, he
said that Jim picked it up yesterday, and I don't know what happened to it after.
Okay. All right. Well, we could shoot Jim a text, and then we'll get an answer from him about 1:30 this afternoon.
Unless there's breaking news, then he'll wake up 10 minutes too late. Also, today in the draft, kind of something to look out for is Keyshawn Johnson, who played at Arizona last year, but was an Aztec for 4 years on the Mesa, and Jaden Ledee. Like, both names are available to be picked today. It doesn't look like either of them will be, but both are expected to get phone calls the week following to get invites to summer league camps around the league. But there is a chance Keyshawn has a better chance than Jaden, according to the last reports we saw, of actually getting his name called today.
You're going to tell me that Keyshawn Johnson and Jaden Ledee are not as talented as Bronny James?
Not as relevant as Bronny James.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, when I look at a list that's put out by ESPN of the top available players, and Bronny James is at 25, what he scored 2 points?
So it's silly, right? But you look at Jaden Ledee, the dominance he was able to have in college was because he was 24 years old playing against a bunch of 19-year-olds. And
that's
unfortunately, when you look at the NBA, and Jaden Ledee's dad actually was interviewed by Mark Ziegler and was talking about this, Herb Ledee, and he was talking about the fact that old school Jaden Ledee would have been a first-round draft pick. Like, if you're talking NBA 25 years ago, because they appreciated guys who paid their dues in college, went through all 4, in Jaden Ledee's case, 5 years of school, and was able to really beef up and get stronger than everybody else. But Jaden Ledee at this point is actually undersized, even though he looked so oversized in the majority of the games played in the Mountain West. If he gets to the NBA level and he's not a 3 guard at 6'9" with a 6'10" wingspan or whatever he has, he's not big enough to play power forward in the NBA, which is crazy to think about because we watched him be too big to play college basketball.
But that's the thing, right? Is the only guys really who could physically compete with him in the Mountain West Conference. The only guy was Great Awesome. Like, but guess what? If he went to the SEC, or if he went to the Big East, or if he went to the ACC, every single night that he was playing, there was going to be a guy on the other team that could probably compete with him physically. In the NBA, there are 8 guys on every single team who can compete with him physically.
And 4 more on the bench.
And that's you only get 5 players on the court at a time. But I know what you mean.
Mm.
And I think that's the thing. The other problem with Jaden Ledee is he didn't really play a lot of defense. And I know it's the NBA, but you still got to prove that you can play defense, especially if you're as a player who prides themselves offensively against smaller players. You got to play defense if your offensive game isn't developed enough to beat bigger guys, and his wasn't. Keyshawn Johnson, not much of an offensive scorer, but he has an insane vertical. His length is really good. He's stronger. He's more athletic. He will actually get you. He probably will get you a couple of defensive possessions that turn into points the other end.
Keyshawn Johnson's a phenomenal defensive player. That is what he hung his hat on at San Diego State, and that's what Arizona found so much use out of him with last year. And by the way, last year, Keyshawn Johnson at Arizona got his shooting percentage from 3 up to the mid-30s. So it's that's one more piece of his game that he kind of
watching that guy shoot a 3 is
it's bizarre.
It's bizarre.
But he made a lot of them last year.
He made enough of them.
Yeah. Yep. Look, we got a lot going on today. We still have New Kids on the Block tickets we're going to be giving away. You want to keep it locked in here for that. Derek Togerson going to be joining us a little bit later to do some Padre talk. And OnlyFans and nipples. What do they have in common?
Powerslap.
That is correct. We're talking about it next.
This update is presented by California Department of Healthcare Access and Information. We will start off with the Padres, who sweep the Nationals at Petco Park with an 8-5 win yesterday afternoon. Kyle Higashioka hitting 2 homers in the win. Padres finally get the day off today before shipping off to the East Coast. They got the Red Sox for 3 games beginning tomorrow, followed by 3 against the Rangers in Texas. The first round of the NBA draft was last night. The Hawks had the first overall pick. They took Zachary Riza-Shea, the 6'9" sharpshooting French basketball player. It's the second year in a row a Frenchman has been the first overall pick. 2-time college basketball player of the year, Zach Edey from Purdue, went number 9 to the Grizzlies. Second round of the NBA draft will continue tonight. Certified wellness coaches can help your school or community meet increased demands for youth mental health services and make a difference in young lives. Learn more about hiring a certified wellness coach at cawellnesscoach.org, supported by the California Department of Healthcare Access and Information.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on a Thursday morning. Jay Riff filling in for the big guy who is out wreaking havoc somewhere. Not sure where.
On a beach somewhere. Although there's
beaches everywhere.
We haven't heard from him since he sent a video over.
No, we remember yesterday we told him about the horns disappearing.
Oh, that's right.
And he sent a picture of himself on a flight, on a plane, with an actual tear coming down his face.
This is very sad.
He did the whole water thing.
I did. There was a real tear.
Yeah,
because we were real sad.
Guys.
It honestly felt like someone died.
And
that's what it felt like to
Rich
me.
Orberger does cry all the time.
Yeah, he does.
He is. He's a very emotional person. Of the three of us, the two of you, no, 3 of us.
Okay, go on, J Rip.
Let me ask this a different way. If Fletch slapped me as hard as he could, would it knock me out?
Probably yes.
It depends on where you hit. So I've done a lot of research on the subject.
I'm not talking about my butt, Fletch.
No.
I know what you're thinking.
I can knock you out there too. But if you get hit closer, the higher up you get, more towards the temple, the easier it is to knock someone out.
Okay.
And with an open-handed slap, well, the open hand has a lot of different areas, right? So the fingers don't deliver much of anything. If you can hit someone right here, it's basically like getting punched in the face.
Fletch pointing right to in the center of the palm of his hand.
So in Powerslap, there's actually rules to where you cannot lead with the base, right? Because that's essentially getting punched in the face, and you're not allowed to defend yourself in Powerslap. But if you can find the sweet spot in the palm where the fingers connect to the hand, that is the most knockout power.
Why are you so well versed in this?
Because Powerslap is available on Prize Picks. So I have watched the last 3 Powerslaps, and honestly, it is some of the most entertaining television you'll ever see. You have to watch it on Rumble, which kind of sucks.
What would the odds between you and Travis be?
Dude, TD has dad strength, and I've played this game before, and I will never play this game again.
What? Of getting slapped?
No, of just trying anything physical with you. He is so strong. J Riff, you have no idea.
I'm not surprised. I mean, look at these. He has this forearm muscle. That is just unreal. Like
I feel tiny when
it's because you have man strength. Like you're not in the gym like me. You're out in you're working, like you're building things,
digging and throwing up like men.
I'm worried that he's bulimic. Like we've been over this a few times.
This is not something that we need to make light of because it is a very serious
serious, and I'm very seriously concerned about Travis Dale, who has a digging spoon that he takes out into his backyard to dig dirt so he can puke into the dirt and hide it from his family.
That is not what I said whatsoever. This is not what I said.
This happens frequently.
When you're out working in the yard, like digging a ditch or something, a trench, and you get overheated and you get sick, so you just throw up, throw some dirt on it, keep digging.
Have you thought about maybe not being dehydrated next time?
Is that what makes you throw up?
That's probably what made.
Then he would have to drink water, and TD don't like water.
I mean,
3 Monsters isn't hydrating you, TD.
No, if I'm out
caffeinating you.
If I'm out in the yard, I'll have a Gatorade and a Monster
and a Dr. Pepper
and maybe some hose water might come in. Actually,
all natural.
Occasionally some Kool-Aid.
Oh, dude, if there's Kool-Aid,
dude, I had Kool-Aid since middle school.
Me neither, but it is a frequent drink on this show somehow.
You haven't had Kool-Aid since middle school?
It's been a long time. Kool-Aid is what the girls in camp would dye their hair with.
Wow.
Yeah,
the red Kool-Aid,
or you get the other colors.
Purple
and they would use that to dye their hair.
Huh.
So, anyways, we bring up Powerslap to get to this. Have you guys ever heard of Paige Van Zandt?
I have, yes. I was going to say and you haven't heard of Paige Van Zandt?
Not until this morning.
Wow. Where you been?
So pre-COVID, actually, Paige Van Zandt was a pretty awesome up-and-coming UFC fighter. And she was all of a sudden getting on main cards because she had a very entertaining way about coming into the ring, and she's very attractive. Paige Van Zandt was never that great of a fighter in the UFC. I do think she has a career record of like 8-5, which isn't bad, but she was never great when she was facing higher opponents, and she would really get her ass kicked. Paige Van Zandt got dropped from the UFC roster because she wasn't really doing that well. She went to bare knuckle boxing, which is super violent and even too much for me at times, but realized at one point she was sick of getting her face punched in every 2 months or so, and then started taking naked pictures and putting them on the internet for money with OnlyFans. She's been making a ton of money, but she's still been in the fighting world at points. She got invited to one of the WWE events, which there's a GIF of actually up at Big Rich TD Fletch on X right now. You can go check it out. And now she's been invited to Powerslap 8, which is going down tomorrow night. Paige Van Zandt was asked about this in the press conference leading up, like, what led to this? What led to you getting onto Powerslap? And here's what she said.
I am a gangster. Whether people want to admit it or not, I am here to slap somebody. It doesn't matter what organization, what combat sport, I'm here to take over and have some fun. So who knows? You know, I am a woman who does whatever the fuck I want. And right now I want to do Powerslap.
More power to her. However, I'm going to tell you that Powerslap almost feels more violent than any of it.
It really, because you can't defend yourself.
Yeah, you're just standing there and you watch the slow motion hits of Powerslap. It's rough.
Like faces essentially turn all the way like to angles you're not supposed to get turned to.
Dude.
Now, I do know somebody who was at one of the recent Powerslaps. It was either 6 or 7 who was there and said it was the coolest live event they've ever been to.
Really?
They said it was just electric. The atmosphere, everybody's in the mood for the exact same thing. Watch people get knocked out. And when you get in that gladiator mindset, I would imagine going to Powerslap would be a lot of fun. And I'm in if anyone wants to go.
In Vegas?
Yeah.
I'll live vicariously through you. I'm not really a fan of watching people hurt each other like that.
You know what? See, okay,
I'm a softie.
Hold on.
I like football, but other than that, I'm good.
That's how I feel when I watch UFC. Or I mean, I get into it. I'm not saying that. If there's a fight, I'm in. But sometimes I'm like, golly, maybe they can just talk this out.
I don't care if they talk or not. I don't care if they beat each other up. I just don't really want to be a part of it.
I love the UFC. We got good fights coming up this weekend. It's kind of a bummer because Conor McGregor was supposed to fight this weekend.
Is this 303?
This is 303.
Do you see the smoke coming up over there? The smoke of toxic masculinity on that side of the glass?
Okay, if you want to know why I also was in your boat, by the way. I didn't like the UFC growing up. Like, I became a UFC fan during COVID because they were the first people to say, yeah, screw this. Let's figure out a way to host our sport.
Let's just fight.
Then it became every Saturday night. It was like you had something to do because the UFC was playing when nobody else was.
Man, this had to be back in 2000, probably 8-ish, 7-ish. I was working at a radio station up in Riverside County, and one of the production guys watched. It wasn't UFC. It was whatever, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu overseas. And he would watch these things on YouTube, these live streams. And it was the most violent sport I'd ever seen in my life, and thought, who would ever do this? And then the UFC was born. Like, okay, all right, this is what's happening.
So Dana White also owns Powerslap. And so Dana White has now figured this out to where if you have a big UFC coming up on Saturday, well, a good way to get people into Powerslap is putting that on Friday.
Yeah,
because people are already hungry for violence. And I am hungry for violence.
Dana White is not dumb.
No, he's one of the smartest league commissioners, owners out there.
Right. It was odd because Dana White, it's like a real WWE. It's very strange.
Or you don't have WWE fake MMA.
WWE was around first.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I was a WWF guy before it became WWE.
See, but it's not like the WWF wasn't bloody. In fact, they would do things to make it more bloody.
Yeah, people made mistakes in that all the time when we get here, but that's different. It's not deliberate.
But guys they would cut themselves with razor blades to make it a bigger deal.
Yeah,
that's self-inflicted. I guess UFC, when you step in the ring, everything is self-inflicted because you know what the chances are of you getting knocked out.
There's a photo of Paige Van Zandt's face.
Oh, she got her ass kicked in at one point.
Where'd it go?
Why are you looking at her face?
What? Wait, where's the picture at? I mean, she's just a bloody mess. And I thought, why would you want to do that to your face? You're such a beautiful human being.
See, there are some people I'm like, you could use a punch or two, but some are like, maybe preserve it.
I can't remember. She had a great UFC nickname, and I can't remember what it was. It was something with her fist, but she was a legitimate fighter, and she was very good.
There it is. Look at that.
No, see, I don't
Look at that.
Oh yeah, she got knocked out. Bad. She was facing a kickboxer, and she caught one right to the face, and this girl was teeing off on her head before the ref stopped the fight, and the blood just poured out.
That's
pretty awesome.
That breaks my heart.
You want to talk about your truck?
I do want to talk about my truck.
Don't touch my truck.
Listen, if you are starting to think about wanting to buy a vehicle, right? You're thinking, God, we could use a new family car. Maybe you could use a new work truck. And you're going, I don't know where to begin. I'm going to start looking online because it's a bit of a pain sometimes, right? It's a bit of a hassle. If you want to make it easy, you need to go over to North County Cadillac GMC. Okay. They're going to take care of you there. Stop by, see Jamie, the GM, and see anybody there at North County Cadillac GMC because they're going to take great care of you. They're going to make the process easy. Now, you can start the process online. You can go to their website. You can check things out there. You can start to go, oh, this is the one I'm looking for. And it's not going to be like a bait and switch. You're not going to see something online and then get there and they go, yeah, we don't have that anymore. Nah, they're going to take care of you. So go there, stop by. I mean, they have exceptional deals on new Cadillac models, new GMC models. You're looking for a Sierra 1500. Unbelievable truck. I've owned 3 in my life. I don't want any other truck. You're looking for a Yukon, beautiful SUV. Go check those out. You're looking for an all-electric Hummer. They've got those on the lot right now. You're looking for an all-electric Cadillac Lyric. They've got those as well, and those are mind-blowing. The technology in those, golly, man, I don't know if there's anything better. So look, story after story, you hear about how great North County Cadillac GMC is. It's not just me saying it. There's reviews online that just keep stacking up. In fact, they were voted San Diego's best domestic auto dealer in the San Diego Union Tribune Readers Poll. Go there, experience the difference for yourself. Stop by North County Cadillac GMC in the heart of the Escondido Auto Mall today. North County Cadillac GMC, exceeding your expectations every time. Hit us up on the Talkback mic. You know what I'm talking about. The Talkback mic. Oh, all you got to do is open up the free iHeartRadio app. You see a little red microphone there. Tap that button. That's a Talkback mic. We want to hear from you. Leave us a message. You'll get 30 seconds to leave that message. And if you run out of time, you can hit it again. The Talkback mic, only on the free iHeartRadio app. San Diego Sports 760. We're more than great coats. Ow! We're still going? Ah!
Joe Moon, first of all, it's good morning, TD, Fletch, and J-Riff. Second of
That's not
all,
what he said. He knows what he said.
I got that talk back from you after our show, which makes me think that maybe you were listening to John and Jim.
I think that's just when you looked.
No, it's when I got the notification.
No, he says J Reef, my guy. He said it. I have the time right here. It's 2:26. You're still on the air.
Yeah.
Okay. I recuse that part of my statement. I apologize for my accusation.
Joe, you do not say anything bad about Joe Moon. He is a national treasure. He knows his stuff, and he knows that Big Rich, TD, and Fletch are professionals.
Now, that I agree with. You guys are definitely professionals in your own right.
Wait. In our own right?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Like, what's the right? What's our own right?
What do you think your strengths are?
I don't think I have any strengths
We are
whatsoever.
the destination for Padres information.
That's right.
That's how you advertise
your premier destination for Padres information. That's us. Look, everybody knows it. It's talked about all over town.
No, what did Taylor Juke say the other day? They're your 3 college friends that grew up.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that it?
It was something like that.
I agree with the first part.
What? 3 college friends? We never grew up?
No, that grew
still
up.
growing.
Yeah. No, he said he would agree only with the first part. Wow.
You should never grow up. Don't lose your childlike wonder, TD.
Listen, I want to be a T-Rex.
No, I will say now that Joe Moon mentions it, like J-Riff does kind of make out with the microphone.
What do you?
Like, he is all over that. He's like right here.
Well, he's that's his mic technique. You know, sometimes you got to get close and get real low.
I have the sense of Jim Russell on it, and so I'm trying to place it.
Yeah, because you'll lose it throughout the day.
TD tells a great story because he worked in radio obviously a lot longer than I've even been alive, I think. But you told a story about like the mic smelling like cigarettes and whiskey at one of your stations.
Like every station before I got here, I think. Every single microphone you use smelled like booze and cigarettes. Every single one.
I like those smells.
Didn't Rush Limbaugh? He was ripping heaters during the show. My previously nicotine-stained fingers.
That's correct. I don't know if he ever smoked while he was on the air.
Well,
if he did, maybe it was a cigar.
Back in the day, the great boxing announcer Howard Cosell used to smoke cigars and drink whiskey calling matches.
How about Jim Leland? He was the manager for the Pittsburgh Pirates for a long time, and he would have to hide cigarettes in the dugout from the cameras, so he knew that there was a camera if he was in the third base dugout on the left-hand side that would take a dugout shot. So he would always have something, either a glove or a bag of sunflower seeds, something covering up his mouth from this side so he could rip heaters.
I had a history teacher who was he was my principal in elementary school, and then when I got to high school, he became a history teacher, and he used to smoke in between classes. And he had this little window in a portable classroom with a fan on it, so we'd lock the door for like a minute, rip one real quick, and then unlock the door to let kids in.
We had very different teachers because when I was in high school, we had a chemistry teacher who asked the class if she should get a boob job, and the reaction was yes, and then she did it.
She did not?
She did it.
Oh, she did do it?
Yes, and then she married the other chemistry teacher.
Well, listen.
God bless America.
I mean.
Glad we're bringing up cigarettes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We enjoyed some cigars out on the golf course. Tony brought them out for us.
Dude.
I had a Romeo y Julieta. What did you have?
Monte Cristo.
Oh, yeah. That was the nice one.
Oh, my goodness.
And Tony was like, hey, I got a Monte Cristo after he gave out the other cigars. And he was like, yes.
Yeah, I was like, I've never actually had one of those. And so, yeah, that was hands down the best cigar I've ever had in my life. It was great.
John Daly, for years and years and years, has been smoking cigarettes on the PGA Tour.
Right.
You know, and he doesn't hide it. He's just out there in the open. He'll go through 2 packs around.
Dude, it's cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of.
What? But you don't think he's cool to watch?
John Daly is cool. I don't think I would look cool doing it.
No, I wouldn't look cool. I would look like I have a problem.
But another person who looks pretty cool doing it is Jane Daly, a.k.a. Charlie Hull.
That's what we're saying.
And TD, there's a lap waiting for you because on the rundown you put, we will explain the Hull, Hull thing.
Bye.
But I have to take a lap right now?
Well, we have a live read coming up, so now's the time to do it.
She was out.
To be fair, you have 2 laps, but the other one we can't talk about on the air.
Why?
Because of the first thing that you wrote on the rundown.
Right at 6 a.m. That's a bad one, dude.
That's like 3 lap worthy.
You think?
Yes, you can't. Don't say it.
What?
I mean, it's.
But the 2 dropping bombs.
Yeah. You can't do that.
So Charlie Hull plays on the LPGA Tour, and she is embodying John Daly.
Yeah, so someone there as she's playing and she's going around signing autographs, somebody hands her a cigarette, and he's like, hey, will you sign my heater? And she's like, yeah. She just throws a signature on the cigarette. Dude, it's the coolest.
But you can never smoke it now.
It's 1 cigarette.
Okay, let me ask you something. If like I went through a cig phase in my life.
Really?
Yeah. When I first moved to San Diego, I was buying Marlboro Reds at the gas station up on La Jolla Village Drive.
I've never smoked a cigarette in my life. Ever.
I don't know.
Don't.
What? Because you can't stop.
Number one. The feeling I miss more than anything in my life is the feeling of the dome that you get from a drag of a cigarette. I will never go back. I'm happy that I did it. I'm happy I killed it. However, when you are for Marlboro Reds, when you are like when you're out of them and you're desperate for one, you'll go to great lengths. So like if this person,
you'll kill a man.
If this person, you would. If there are wars that have been fought for cigarettes. Now, if you're this person and you run out of cigs and that's the only cig you have left, and the withdrawal symptoms start to hit, you're probably smoking that cig.
Speaking of cig, have you guys watched season 20 of Deadliest Catch?
No.
Golly, man. Captain Sig Hansen. The dude can catch crab. That's all I'm saying. You know? No? Anyone? You guys don't watch this for real?
Never seen an episode.
He catches.
I'm
You've
sure it's
never
great.
watched an episode of Deadliest Catch.
He catches crabs.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're watching Deadliest Catch?
Wait, J-Riff, have you watched Deadliest Catch ever?
I've seen like one episode like many years
How
ago.
do you guys not love this? I love it.
Tell you what I love.
it. I love it like
I love
used-
TD's new body.
I'm saying I love it like I used to love eating. Okay, and I didn't eat crab. I ate crab cakes as long as they were made by Hostess. I ate them. No, look, we did some next level fat guy stuff, and we were real good at it. We packed on the pounds, and then we tried to do some of these fad diets to knock that weight off, and it didn't work well. The ones that did work, we would drop a few pounds, and whenever we stopped the fad diet, well, we gained a few pounds right back, and then a few more on top of that. And then Wayne and Chloe over at SD Fat Loss stepped in and said, hey, look, we can help you lose weight. We can help you get kickstarted here. You're going to drop 20 to 30 pounds in 8 weeks' time. And then the best part is you'll keep that weight off. And we all said, that sounds impossible, but I guess we'll give it a go. And we did, and it all worked. I lost the least of the three of us here. I lost 31 pounds, Rich 35. Fletch, as he's lifting his shirt up, showing his golden, glowing, thin, fit, very hairy body, very, very hairy, is down nearly 50 pounds with sdfatloss.com. So look, if you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to figure out how to get started, let them help you out. Let them put together a roadmap for you. I promise you, you're going to lose weight. You're going to feel a whole lot better. You're going to tack some years onto the life because your life, because you're dropping that unwanted weight. SDFatLoss.com will give you a free consultation just by going there. They'll walk you through what the process is going to be. And then when you sign up, if you mention Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, you're going to save yourself $200. SDFatLoss.com. You got nothing to lose but unwanted pounds. SDFatLoss.com.
Hour number 2, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by Lexus El Cajon. Bring luxury home. Padres complete the sweep of the Nationals at Petco Park with an 8-5 win yesterday afternoon. Kyle Higashioka, 2 homers in the win, one of them a grand slam. Padres will finally get a day off today before shipping off to the East Coast. They got the Red Sox for 3 and then the Rangers for 3 more. The first round of the NBA draft last night, the Hawks had the first overall pick. They took Zachary Rizachet, the 6'9" sharpshooting Frenchman. 2-time college basketball player of the year, Zach Edey from Purdue, went number 9 to the Grizzlies. Experience true luxury from the newly remodeled Lexus El Cajon showroom. You'll get a great deal with summer savings on any newer pre-owned Lexus in stock. See for yourself why they're ranked number 1 for customer service. Visit LexusElCajon.com. Bring luxury home from Lexus El Cajon.
Welcome back for the second hour, the 7 o'clock hour. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. Rich Ornberger on a couple-day vacation. J-Riff sitting in the Rich O seat here over to my, I was going to say left, my other left, my right.
Well, 2 lefts.
That's right. If I make 4 lefts,
You'll
That's
still
a
be
NASCAR
going
race.
left.
that is a NASCAR race.
Guys, we didn't mention it all in the first hour, and I apologize. That's on me. But guess what today is?
It's the debate, and we're going to devote this whole hour to the presidential debate.
So who do you
No, today is 69 days until football!
69 days! Yeah, and you know those horns well because those are royalty-free NFL football horns. Are those even horns?
Nope.
No, I don't think so. Don't think so.
I don't know what that. It's
yeah.
some AI thing.
Yeah, dude, speaking of AI, have you seen AI Justin Timberlake drinking a beer?
Oh, no, I saw AI Al Michaels.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we should talk
Made
about
me
that
pucker a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit later on.
Yeah, we will get to that here in a bit because I've got mixed feelings on that. But somebody took Justin Timberlake's mug shot.
Oh, that's pretty good.
His mug shot is drinking a beer, dude. You cannot tell that's not real.
So do you remember like 3 or 4 years ago, we had the Will Smith eating spaghetti AI and it looked awful. Like it was rendering the whole time, like his mouth was detaching from itself.
No,
we've gone in 3 years' time from that to legit Justin Timberlake drinking a beer, and it looks like
scary.
JT drinking a beer.
That Will Smith eating spaghetti was Atari. This is PS10.
Right. It's beyond PlayStation 5, like what we have now, which is already lifelike graphics.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But yeah, it is only 69 days and some change away from the start of the NFL season. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Seriously, how long before like we get either an implant or glasses that makes it feel like you're on the field with NFL players?
I think those already. Oh, you're saying like live,
but like make it to where it's as good as it can
like
possibly
a year.
be.
Like we're like a year or 2 away.
So
I don't know if you guys have been watching like Fox's coverage of soccer, right? Well, if you have, you'd see
Fox has coverage of soccer.
Okay, listen. This is
that's actually not a joke. Do they have soccer on Fox?
Yeah,
that's on FS1.
Copa, and Channel 69 here, our local Fox.
69 days until football, baby. Yeah, NFL big.
But they're using VR and like augmented reality as a way to get like players who are somewhere else into the studio for a live interview. And if they already are doing that there, I promise you that's going to be made available to consumers at some point pretty soon.
The Star Wars hologram?
Pretty close.
Basically. So if you have a VR headset, they're already doing some of this live football entertainment where you could pay. This is where they're headed to. You could buy a ticket to the Chargers game, and you could sit at the 50-yard line and watch the entire game live from your VR headset.
Now, I've seen that in the NBA. They already have courtside seats where if you have the Oculus or whatever, you can pay. It's not outrageously expensive either, where you pay to be on the sideline or on the courtside.
Right. And but
I wouldn't be like on the field, like behind the quarterback.
I would imagine it's on the way. Somebody's got it rolling. In fact, they have games that you could play like that where they use live footage to make people real.
That stuff makes me nauseous. Have you used one of those headsets?
I own one. Yeah, I do.
You own one?
Yeah.
Actually, that's not surprising.
Bring it in tomorrow.
Okay.
Right after Bark Art Friday.
Here we go. It makes me sick too. About 10 minutes in.
BRF.
I've never tried one. What is BRF?
Bar Rock
Friday.
BCF.
That really threw me.
Yeah.
With the VR, I had something else to say. Now I don't know what it was.
Porn.
Damn
yes.
it. Yeah, porn.
Yeah, that's
Well,
clearly where this is headed.
But you know that they have like that option.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I honestly don't. I did not know they had that option.
Wait, for porn or the NFL?
Yes.
NFL
69 days away from the NFL.
Cue the horns.
It is Chiefs. It's Ravens. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. The war on the shore, baby.
Dude, we're a month and 10 days away
Just about
from season or preseason football.
I'll tell you how I know it's real. There's a group text that I'm a part of that goes year round because we're in a dynasty fantasy football league. But yesterday,
talk to us about that.
It's really heating up. There are trades being made ahead of the draft because we'll do our draft in a few weeks for the rookie draft.
Dude, speaking of heating up, the Padres are on.
That's what I was going to say about VR.
Yeah.
There's this whole story now where MLB teams can have in their clubhouses, below the dugouts in the locker room where the batting cages are, they have a machine now in every Major League Baseball field that can emulate every single pitcher in Major League Baseball in all their pitches and have on a full screen a life-size person essentially throwing pitches that come out of a batting machine that will emulate exactly what that pitcher throws.
But the MLB is saying robot umps. I don't know. That's a stretch.
But guys can go use this during the game. So say they see a relief pitcher warming up. Well, if you have an at-bat coming up in a couple innings, you can go practice off that relief pitcher.
Wow. That's incredible.
It's a little insane.
That's
isn't it?
incredible. That's absolutely incredible. But I mean, look, if you're watching TV though, and you watch a pitch, the camera knows exactly where the ball is and went instantaneously. I bring robot umps.
Fox, MLB Network, ABC, anybody that carries any of these Sunday night or
Apple
regular
TV.
baseball games, they are better umpires than umpires on the field.
That is correct. Yeah, because you see where the ball goes, and then they say strike, and you go,
Yeah, but you realize what you're saying. If you're you know what, let's eliminate human error from that. They're going to, somebody out there's going to be you know what? Let's eliminate human error from sports talk radio. Let's just add Al Michaels AI. If we are wishing death upon the human beings who do that job, somebody out there is wishing death upon the human beings that do our job as well.
I'm not looking for opinion to go away. I'm looking for
human error. You want everything to be correct.
Well, black and white calls like balls and strikes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
Kinda
want.
am.
And I don't think that that's much different than saying, hey, we're going to have instant replay, because you are looking to see what happened in that particular play.
That's more holding the human beings accountable rather than replacing them.
By the way, 69 days until the NFL. This year, the NFL is putting the implant into the ball so that they know exactly where.
They've been doing that in soccer.
Cool.
Wait, why?
They have a chip in soccer, so they can, not only are they tracking the ball, but it shows miles per hour. It shows all the little digital analytics.
Because they need to know where the ball goes on first down, and they need to know if somebody gets a first down in soccer too.
They don't do first down.
Well, that's my question. What, they're just doing it just to see velocity, so they can say that ball went 60 miles per hour.
Analytics happen in all the other sports; they happen in that sport as well, and so.
Analytics, the football implant is going to be so literally they know where to place the ball.
Right.
If a running back gets tackled.
Actually, this is interesting because I've never asked you guys this. Are we upset that the chain gang might go away?
I don't think they're going away. I don't think they're going away.
You don't care?
I could care less. Some dude on the chain game broke his leg in half last year. As a sufferer of a broken leg in half, I understand how hard and painful that can be.
Dude, the chain gang are the unsung heroes.
The chain gang make $100,000 a year to run out onto the field every 5 minutes. And
I would kill for that job.
Yeah, I'm in on that too. I like the look of it. I also like nostalgia. So do I want things to change in a game? No, I fear change. I don't want that to happen.
You would never notice they were gone.
You don't think I'd notice?
You would never notice they were gone.
I think I would. I mean, the whole dramatic of, hey, we're going to call the chain gang out to measure.
I like it.
I like it as well.
There's no point of it anymore. Tennis has had this literally since the early 2000s, where the ball is going to determine ins or outs. Football can go to that, and I think we'll all be fine.
I'm proud of you, actually, Fletch.
I mean, you know what we should do is just see what it's like without it, and then we'll see how it feels.
I think you made up your mind already.
And then they can ask me my opinion, and then I can decide whether or not the chain gang will stay.
Couple comments on the show this morning. This one directed to TD from our buddy Peter Solis. My stepdad was a hardworking, digging ditches, cutting lumber, and building stuff with his hands all the time, drinking his tea and coffee, rarely drinking water. He died at 65 of kidney failure. That wasn't before the seizures took his full functionality. Drink more water, TD.
I thought I was really thinking like,
Boy, that took a turn.
He's gonna give me a big attaboy, and then it turned quick.
Yeah, I mean, you're only 20 years away from 65.
I got 2 decades left,
and that's before the seizures happened before then.
Oh, that's
so like Travis.
Peter, sorry for your loss.
Peter, what the heck? Oh man,
Travis
I feel awful.
walks in with a vat of coffee. And with 3 monsters.
One of those was for me, right?
Water.
Yeah.
Where's the? I don't see any. Like I have a water bottle.
Wait, hold
I'm gonna come grab mine.
I'm drinking. I put it in the fridge to get it cold.
Not only do I have a water bottle, but I got a water bottle with a sticker on it.
Well, I have water. I just filtered it through coffee. That's all.
I don't think that counts. That's like when I try to say Coors Lights are basically water.
Well, no, that is that is a true statement.
What's weird though, because Fletch, not a huge Coors Light fan. I mean, it is number 4 on your top beer list. Number 1 and 2 goes back and forth between Bud Light and Busch Light.
Dude, how is Busch Light even in your top 10?
I do like Busch Light.
What, dude?
It's a nostalgia. That's all I drank in college.
From college? Yeah, that's all I drank in college, and
Busch
I never
Light
want to drink it again.
If it was a fancy day, we had Coors Light.
You like Busch Light?
Keystone.
You like Busch Light at a baseball game?
I would, yeah.
Dude, the Padres, who have been terrible at home, all of a sudden are great at home, and now they're on the road. Do they keep the winning streak going?
What Boston beer is like? Samuel Adams?
Sam Adams. What, you know what?
I don't like those.
I do. I'm in on a
Boston
Sam Adams.
Lagers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
Or like at Halloween time, fall time, they always have
a little thicker, browner beer.
So
I guess Sam Adams does have like big bottle of really expensive, really fancy beer. And it's something like it's 14 proof or something. Like it's basically the percentage of a wine. And I had a sip of it and it was awful.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good to me.
Like terrible.
I don't like IPAs.
I love those, but this was not good.
I feel like, I mean, I've had a couple where I'm like, oh yeah, that's not bad, especially here on a Bar Cart Friday where we get to try different things. But for the most part, IPAs, I think people are just saying they like these, right?
So hypothetically, if there was ever
a lot like Game of Thrones.
No, Game of Thrones is a great television show.
Are you serious?
Of Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
It's so confusing.
There's too many names.
Yeah, and like they're not named like Steve either. It's like Lady Gargantuan of promiscuous, whatever.
You watch sports. There are plenty of athletes
you don't like
who
names
don't
there.
Have like Steve Smith.
That's why they have numbers, okay?
Who was the first overall pick last night in the NBA draft?
Legirius Zachary Rizache.
Is this RF music in this?
This?
Yeah,
oh,
this is good.
This is
okay.
Completely.
Good. I'm just making sure.
When he said RF, I was like, remote function.
We are proud of the Padres. They head to Boston. They got a 3-game series. I'll kick us off this morning, guys. And it has to do with the Padres.
Okay.
How about we don't do the thing that we're all expecting you to do, right? The Padres go on this nice little winning streak. Even if you lose a couple here, how about you just don't go completely into the gutter? Like, let's stop this whole lose 5 in a row, win 6 out of 7. Well, that is fun, and you're 3 games over 500, and congratulations. Maybe just keep the good times rolling for a little bit. Like, why must we go on the roller coaster of a season? Why can't we just be on a steady growth? That's all I got.
I'm with you.
Padres, can you just make it easy for once on your fan base? Like, make it easy to be a fan.
And I'm not asking to win every game.
No.
I'm just saying, let's have a little consistency here to keep my blood pressure low.
Everyone's going to win 60. Everyone's going to lose 60. What are you going to do in that middle group?
Well, yeah. And exactly. But I have this feeling of impending doom that's leaning over me right now, which, I mean, for the most part, I'm very excited. For the most part, I'm very hopeful. For the most part, I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is it. But there is this feeling of, I mean, it's going to fall apart, right?
Look, the team that we've seen the last 7 days at Petco Park is a playoff baseball team. And in fact, it's a playoff baseball team that can do some damage.
Yeah.
But the team that we saw the 5 games prior to that is out in the wild card round at very best.
it's a playoff baseball team that can do some damage if they can add some pitching, because you're not gonna be able to give up that much in the playoffs.
And I would say if they can get healthy, but hell, they've been better when they're all banged up.
For real. Yeah.
Like 3 of their top 4 money guys aren't playing right now.
I'm with you. Yeah. No, we've been talking about it, man, for some time now. It's odd.
4
it's
of their
so
top
odd.
5.
Yep.
4 of their top 5 top earners are not even on the roster right now.
And
they're playing their best baseball
and
this
the
season.
5th is saying his elbow is bothering him. And if he pushes too hard, it could blow out at any time. So it's bizarre. We're in a bizarre world right now with the Padres. But if they're winning, keep that bizarre world happening, because if you can add some cushion to this over 500 mix, come on. What's crazy though, when you look at the playoff standings as they're increasing over that 500 record, they're still only like a half a game ahead of the team right behind them. I think they're a game and a half ahead of the Diamondbacks, who are sitting right out of the playoff picture. So it's close. Like they can't go on a losing streak.
Think about this really quickly, Travis, to cut you off. The Padres and the Nationals have the same amount of losses.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that.
So it is nice to see the winning streak. They played 3 more games than much of the league, but
when did they catch up, by the way?
The rest of the
it's
league?
because of the series.
No, I know, but I would have thought they would have started to catch up by now to where
those Padres feel like they've played every day for like the last 25 days.
I feel like the Padres have played every day for the last 25 days. Not playing today. Right. You want me to go, J-Riff?
Yeah, you go.
Okay. J-Riff, you work here on the station.
I do.
Fletch, you're there pushing buttons. We have these T-Mobile commercials.
Nada yada yada.
Yeah, the Nada Yada Island commercials. I want to watch Nada Yada Island. I want that to be a show. I don't know if you guys are in on this, but it sounds hot. No?
You know, they use like actual like contestants from all the different reality shows for that commercial.
They do?
So like I didn't know this, and then we're watching like The Office on Peacock, the extended cuts with Jen and I the other day before she went to Ohio. Not that that's a detail that matters. and that commercial comes on, right?
That felt a lot like Wayne's World.
And she's like, wait, I know that person. And I know that person. Oh, these are like real.
That's the one right there.
Like, these are real contestants from various reality shows that they brought into this commercial.
So wait, what part of that gets you going? Is it the way she says the word island?
Yeah, I mean, probably. Yeah, I think it is. I think it's just the island part. Number 2.
Number 2.
Golly.
Number 3.
That I didn't. Wait, should I? I'll just in case.
Oh, you dumped?
Well, I wasn't sure if I said it.
It was.
I mean, it was close.
We need to go to the robot homes for that one.
Yeah.
Look, so TD wants Nada Yada Island.
Yeah, I want Nada Yada Island. I also would like the countdown girl to respond to me. I keep sending messages, and she does not respond.
Will Eric Hosmer be an all-star this season?
Should we do a 760 reality TV show promo?
Sure.
We should.
We're going to write that and put that together?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. All right. What do you got, J-Riff?
All right. Are you guys familiar with the International Federation of American Football?
69 days until the NFL kicks off, baby.
Listen, I know I saw this, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, so the IFAF is the international governing body for the American football in the world. So like we have like soccer, we have basketball, like FIFA and FIBA. This is that equivalent for tackle football and flag football internationally. So there's 74 countries that are part of it.
I didn't know this existed, by the way.
They make up 5 affiliations: Africa, Americas, Asia, Europe, Oceania. The World Championships happen every 4 years. We are currently heading towards the final of the World Championship. Fletch, can you tell me who's in the final of the American Football World Championship?
I know we got our ass kicked by China.
Japan.
Oof. Maybe we should dump that.
No, I just misspoke.
Yeah, so yesterday was the semifinals, and the 2-time reigning champion United States of America is playing Japan. Japan is up 20-7 at halftime. Japan goes on to win 41-20 to book their championship opportunity to play Canada in the American Football World Championships. Guys, I'm embarrassed.
Listen,
How do we lose
our game?
Because there's not even
football.
There's not even like XFL guys playing for America.
It's U20. It doesn't matter. These are our high school standouts in America should still be better than the professionals in other countries in this sport. I'm like, we have legitimate like training facilities at high schools. We have former NFL athletes who are high school coaches who are coaching these players who are going on to represent our country in the sport, and we are losing. Inexcusable.
I agree with that, actually. I mean, it is a bit of an embarrassment. That I'm also a little embarrassed. I honestly had no idea this existed.
I had no idea this existed.
I kind of feel like who else didn't know it existed, and that's why they're not on the team. Right? Yeah.
I saw a film or a clip yesterday from I think Awful announcing on Twitter that was like just making fun of us for losing.
Yeah, well, I did the same thing. I saw something and I was like, "What is this?"
Like this is the equivalent of when we beat Pakistan in the international cricket championships a couple last month.
Baby.
Like that's how upsetting. That's how much of an upset that this
here's
loss
what matters,
was.
Are they good at cricket?
Pakistan and India are like the two best in the world.
Who's the worst team going into this NFL season? It's probably the Commanders, maybe
Panthers.
Panthers, the worst team going into this season. Would kick the crap out of any country's best football players in the world.
Well, when I was looking at the clips, it kind of looks. Yeah, they're high schoolers.
They are high schoolers.
Yeah, it's high school football or
U20.
But I'm saying you take the best football players of grown men in any country in the world
versus the worst team in the NFL.
The Carolina Panthers would
Georgia football would kick the crap out of the best players from most of these countries.
Yeah.
Oh, San Diego State football probably would.
U20 team should also be able to kick the crap out of all these countries.
You're probably right, but maybe Japan's on the up and coming. Who's Japan playing against in the final?
Canada.
Canada has a team.
I mean, they actually have a football league.
They're the host country for this.
Their football league's actually. Have you ever watched CFL?
Dude, CFL's fun.
The wide receivers get a running start,
and they have a.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're right.
They have a shorter field. There's more action. It's a fun league.
Well, yeah, it's not the NFL, which is 69 days away.
That's what
from
I care
kickoff.
about.
That's what I'm talking about.
I had a buddy play in the CFL for a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, his name was Chris Randall. He made a ton of money.
Really?
Yeah, he was able to buy his mom a house in Utah, and he's set up forever. He
I
played like
wonder-
12 years
Utah,
in the CFL.
Wonder if AI Al Michaels is getting paid. We'll explain. Coming up next.
Al Michaels will be out at the Olympics doing voiceovers for highlights. Sort of. We'll talk about that next.
This update is presented by the California Department of Healthcare Access and Information. We will start off with the Padres, who sweep the Nationals at Petco Park. 8-5 win yesterday afternoon. Kyle Higashioka hits 2 home runs in the win. Padres finally get a day off today. Before shipping off to the East Coast, they got the Red Sox for 3. Then they'll go to Texas for 3 against the Rangers. The first round of the NBA draft was last night. The Hawks had the first overall pick. They took Zachary Rizache, the 6'9" sharpshooting French basketball player, second year in a row. Someone from France went number 1 overall. Mental health, social work, and child welfare professionals step into the role of a certified wellness coach and help children and youth lead happier, healthier lives. Learn more at cawellnesscoach.org, supported by the California Department of Healthcare Access and Information.
San Diego Sports 760, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. J. Riff filling in for the big man, getting distracted because TD is talking to Fletch while he's bringing back the show.
That's right. Well, he was grabbing a monster out of the fridge, and I thought he wanted the ruby red one and said he's got the white one.
What?
Good. He threw the aviators on. It's better.
You guys are such bright, shining stars. My eyes couldn't take it.
J. Riff filling in for Rich Ornberger as he takes a couple days off here on Big Rich TD and Fletch. We do have a pair of tickets to go see New Kids on the Block. They're going to be playing July 7th at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. Deets and seats at Ticketmaster.com. What you got, Fletch?
A couple of texts coming into the show right now. 619, did J. Riff say he's drinking pee in the first hour?
He did say that, yes.
Sort of. PEA, pea protein.
Okay, all right.
All
Bear
right.
Grylls.
You kind of are PC Principal from South Park. Like if your hair was blonde.
PC principal.
The 913 asking if we can do an interview with the Hawk 2 girl. We're working on it.
Are we?
We definitely are, yes.
By that we mean TD.
Yes.
913 also saying TD is like the Robin Williams scene in Good Will Hunting where he does the bench press because you got dad strength.
Oh, I don't know if I ever saw that movie in its entirety.
Never seen Good Will Hunting?
I've seen pieces of it.
I've never seen Good Will Hunting.
It's not your fault.
It's not my fault.
It's not your fault.
Does he say that in the movie? Are you quoting
It's
something?
not your fault.
Okay.
He says it about 55 times.
Okay. All right. Yep. I'm in on that.
Travis told me he doesn't watch TV, so I'm not surprised that he hasn't seen any of this stuff.
I do. I watch TV. I just watch good. Real good.
Real Housewives of Potomac, baby.
HGTV is not great TV.
Wait, you don't watch the Magnolia Network on Discovery?
What the hell is the Magnolia Network? .com? You're watching TV on Discovery.com?
Whatever the Discovery app is.
Discovery Plus is held afloat by Travis Dale.
Yeah.
I would like to recuse my tone because you know what, Travis? At the end of the day, if you found something that you like and enjoy, then that's great, and I should not be making fun of you.
Yeah, but okay. You are not married yet, J Riff. Don't know why. Don't know why.
Yeah.
Fletch is married.
Yes.
You guys, you have to find shows that you'll both watch, which means it shows that your wife
watches.
Tolerates. Yeah,
but you know what's funny is like Jenna loves to watch what I watch, and most of the time it catches on, and sometimes
you're not
it
married.
doesn't.
Yeah,
Wait for it.
Yeah.
Kendall also used to love watching action movies. Guess what? There's a lot of Real Housewives on my TV now.
Yeah. Bridgerton, and anything that
It's
looks
so
like
funny.
Bridgerton.
Like I bought this TV and I paid my money for this big 75-inch TV.
So if she wants to watch it,
No, but here's the deal. I don't get access to that TV anymore.
Travis, Bridgerton is a good thing for your significant other to watch because you reap the benefits after.
I do.
You should.
He didn't.
Darren told this amazing story about how he waits in the other room for Leah to finish Bridgerton alone in the dark with a candle.
Wow. Oh, it doesn't happen in my house. It goes Bridgerton ended, and then Sarah started watching some other show that looked exactly like Bridgerton, but it wasn't Bridgerton. And then that ended, and she started watching a show that looked exactly like Bridgerton, but it was based in New York in 1883.
Oh, New Yorkerton.
Yeah, whatever that was. So no, that did not happen.
So summer break for Kendall hit 2 Wednesdays ago. Like that was her last day of school. Since then, she has watched the entirety of Real Housewives of Potomac.
Wow.
Which means I have also watched the majority
That's
of
good.
Real Housewives of
That's
Potomac, and that is the best Real Housewives
Is
franchise.
there a Real Housewives for like every city?
A lot of them. They got
every city there is.
Orange County, Beverly
so.
Hills, Salt Lake City, New Jersey.
Does the Potomac
Atlanta.
is the Potomac bougie?
Miami.
They are bougie.
Wait, is
Oh, okay.
Miami still around?
I think so.
Or did they cancel that
No, I
one?
think that's still going.
So they got Atlanta, Miami, Potomac,
I've seen them all.
NYC. I've never watched a Potomac one.
It might be my
Atlanta,
favorite.
I'm not a fan of. I mean, it's okay once in a while.
Dude, Potomac's got
Dude,
drama.
Salt Lake
every
City,
episode.
dude. It's Salt Lake City.
Okay, we just turned off half our
Yeah.
audience.
Well, you know what's going to turn
including
on our
me.
audience?
Man stuff.
Yeah, Digital Al Michaels. Are you into that,
This made me really nervous.
dude?
Because if you can replicate Al Michaels, and they did a pretty decent job of it, Ben Fletcher's pretty easy to
We're
do,
done,
man.
man. We're done for.
So check it out. This year's Summer Olympics that's going to be kicking off here in a month, less than a month now, on Peacock, right? It's going to be on the stream when they do Olympic updates. They're going to have Al Michaels do those updates, except it's not going to be Al Michaels. It's a digital Al Michaels.
Now, is this legal?
What?
Yeah, he signed
off
off
on it. I'm sure
I
they
hope
wrote,
he
I'm
gets
sure they
paid.
wrote him a check.
So basically what they did, yeah, they wrote him a check. He said yes, they wrote him a check, and then they basically like uploaded all of the audio that they ever had recorded into this like AI system. And now this AI system can basically deliberate all the different words and the tone and then feed it into the highlight packages for it to make sense.
So we got quotes from Al Michaels here. He told Vanity Fair, he's 79 years old, by the way. He told Vanity Fair he was very skeptical of the proposal from NBC Universal when he first got it. Frankly, it was astonishing. It was amazing. He told the magazine in a phone interview last weekend, and a little bit frightening when he saw the footage.
I agree. It's a little bit frightening.
We should make
It's-
TDAI.
What if I already am?
It wouldn't surprise me, honestly. Of anyone I work with, you would be the least surprising to find out was a robot.
Me?
Yeah.
Really? Of everyone you work with, everyone.
on this station,
I mean, maybe.
I feel like I'm too weird to be a robot.
No, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying
yeah,
to.
you have emotion though. I could feel so. Here's a fun fact. Do you know that your heart actually emits energy within a 6-foot radius? And so like that's when you feel bad energy from somebody, that's like a real thing, or good energy, or love, or like all that stuff is real. Now Travis lives his life with emotion. I feel that. It's substance. There are other people in this building who don't emit that kind of emotion.
God,
that
I wish I could
feel
say that on the air.
more like I feel more like a robot.
So you can feel the energy from my heart
This is
because
Big
you're
Rich
only
DD and
3
Fletch,
feet
Jared.
away.
If we don't talk about
Emotions?
This
Emotion
isn't emotion.
circles.
This is science.
should we do yoga?
Wait.
Only way I'm doing yoga is if Lucy the Big Game Goat is here.
Yes. Right?
Cardiac energy is produced in the mitochondria. And
That's
can
a
be felt
Jedi
within
term.
a
Wait.
6 and can be felt within six.
Talking about
within
midichlorians.
a 6 foot radius of your body.
Huh. So you can pick up on my emotions because of what my heart is telling you within a 6 foot radius?
We have like this. It's like when somebody's in a bad mood and you get into a bad mood, like when you're a product of the energy around you.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that is why.
Okay.
Robots can't do that.
Yet. Yet. Now I agree that you can tell when somebody's in a bad mood or happy or sad. But I don't know. I don't know if it's their heart.
You can tell with your eyes and with your brain, but your body can feel it.
But why is my heart actually my pumping, beating heart, which is just a machine,
It's
right?
not.
With electrical pulses pushing blood,
that's true.
Pumping back and forth through my body. Why is that giving an emotion that you would pick up on?
Because consciousness is also an energy field.
Wow.
760 can confirm I'm married and I've seen all of Downton Abbey.
Okay. Thank you.
Downton Abbey's a good show, though, by the way.
760 aviator sunglasses. ... Enough said. 913.
They're still on.
TD, don't let your heart be troubled. Padres are winning a World Series this year.
I'm in.
I can feel his heart thinking that too.
Yeah, can you feel that?
Yeah, I can feel
it. Good. Listen, I'm going to tell you what I feel. I feel that McDonald's may be the most American eatery we have in this country, and we'll tell you why coming up next.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch here. Thursday morning, J-Riff filling in for Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Carrying you to Colin Cowherd here on a Thursday. All three. I'm starting to finally hydrate. I'm like really worried about tomorrow.
For Bar Cart Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle 10 locations all throughout San Diego County with Tony Conja.
I don't drink alcohol like that, and much less at 6, 7, 8 a.m. in the morning.
What do you think's going to happen?
Didn't you do it like 2 Fridays ago?
Yeah.
I had a half a glass of scotch, and I was out.
Oh, you better.
But that was also like Father's Week. Like that was just my head was in a different place there.
Tony Conja, if you're listening, fresh meat.
Yeah, that's the target right there.
Dude, that's
Tony,
the one.
If you even try, your ass is going to get kicked on the basketball court on Saturday.
Okay.
And
we're talking about
clip
Tony
we'll
Conja.
Email it to Tony.
Keg and Bottle, 10 locations all throughout San Diego County. New Kids on the Block. They're going to be at the North Island Credit Union Amphitheater July 7th. Eats and seats, Ticketmaster.com. If you want to win them, you're going to want to stay tuned here because in the next few minutes, we're going to tell you how you can win those. So New Kids on the Block tickets with Paul Abdul opening for him and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
It's a Paul Abdul concert where there will be New Kids on the Block in attendance.
Right.
Actually, our winner yesterday, Thomas, I answered the phone. I was like, hey, you want New Kids on the Block tickets? He was like, I want Paul Abdul tickets.
Hell yeah, dog. Paul Abdul?
I said, well, we'll hook you up, brother.
At work, dude?
So 2 out of the 3 people currently on the station right now are going to love this next story.
That is correct.
And that would be TD and Fletch.
That is correct. So there's been a big push for plant-based meats, right? J-Riff
Had one last night.
Okay. J-Riff,
you could leave part of that sentence off.
You are a vegan.
Mm-hmm.
So
Why do you say it like that?
What am I supposed to say?
Like you had trouble spitting it out.
Vegan?
You were like,
he would have no trouble spitting out plant-based meats.
Yeah. Well, I was just processing exactly what it was. I almost said vegetarian, but it's more than that.
Yeah, I don't eat dairy.
Vegetarians eat dairy?
That is true. I went to a little wine bar with J-Riff and Jenna with Kendall and Brock, and we sat down at the wine bar, and Kendall and I got these sandwiches, and on the table already was a charcuterie board. Usually charcuterie boards have a lot of cheese in them.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, this is all.
It's a vegan charcuterie board.
So it was just salami?
You mean the thing that's cheese
Salami's
and meat?
not vegan, buddy.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, the cheese was just made with different, like with like oat milk or almond. It's just made with a different milk. Now, can I say something? At some point in my life, I'll probably have fish again, maybe even have meat again. I will never have dairy again because I'm telling you that is at least for me is toxic. Like
dairy,
cheese,
milk. What do you pour on your cereal?
I don't eat cereal.
We don't eat cereal?
No.
Why?
What happens if you have a little bit of peanut butter? You need milk.
I put in my protein shake.
Oh my God.
No, there's pea in your protein shake. We've already been over that.
Wait, so you don't pour a nice bowl of Frosted Flakes ever?
Ever.
Why?
Because I don't really eat breakfast, and if I do, it's not going to be cereal.
No, dude, Frosted Flakes for dessert?
No.
I'm a big Honey Nut Cheerios guy.
Dude, Honey Nut Cheerios.
Love Honey Nut Cheerios.
Dude, same.
Hey, I grew up on Apple Jacks. I've just grown out of it. I don't know what to tell you.
Life cereal? Life? That's an adult cereal, isn't it?
Reese's Puffs.
No, dude.
Come on now.
There are
Cocoa
commercials,
Puffs?
though. Peanut butter chocolate flavor.
Well, check it out. Plant-based meat. It's in a bunch of different fast food places. They're offering it now. McDonald's decided they were going to try to do a plant-based burger. So I believe it was San Francisco and Seattle, I think is where they tried it, where it should do great. It failed miserably. They've taken it off the menu. They said they are not going to use plant-based meats at all. This is from a top McDonald's executive. He said, yeah, that burger chain, the diners you go to, burger chains, people don't go to those restaurants for salads. McDonald's.
I'll be honest, boys. I had a awesome 12-ounce New York strip last night. And the entire time I was eating it, I just kept thinking to myself, I feel so bad for people that don't get to enjoy this. Because I melted some butter on top after it was done. So I had dairy and meat all in one beautiful, little...
Plant-based butter is really good, by the way.
Preach, brother.
Have we ever thought that maybe the reason it didn't work is because it's McDonald's, not because it's a plant-based burger?
No, I didn't think that at all. I saw this last night and went,
And to be fair, point for Team J Riff. Like we tried the Dave's Not Chicken little nuggets.
Oh, yeah.
They were fantastic.
Wait, I couldn't tell they weren't chicken.
Me neither.
I would highly recommend if you really want to like understand, go to Plant Power, get a double bacon cheeseburger with a side of iconic animal style fries. I swear.
I can promise you. I can promise
on
you.
my beating heart that you cannot tell the difference.
I can promise you I will not do that. I won't do it.
Because you're full?
Yeah, full. I'm full.
Every time I have something and I offer it to Travis because I'm full. And I'm like, I promise you that is not true.
Now, French fries are vegan, right?
McDonald's fries are not because they put beef fat in there.
That's why they're good. That's why they're good. Check this out, though. Have you, at KMB Bistro, have you had the cauliflower buffalo?
Oh, they're great.
They are delicious.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So why is it that you're open-minded about things at KMB?
Because they're not hiding it.
Yeah, exactly.
It says it on the thing. This is cauliflower bites.
Exactly.
Wait,
it doesn't say fake chicken bites.
Right.
The place is called Plant Power.
Yeah, but they call it a double bacon cheeseburger.
Because
there is
that's what
neither
it tastes
double
like.
bacon nor cheese on this sandwich.
Or burger.
It's
none of that is there.
You're calling something a double bacon cheeseburger. I want bread, bacon, cheese, burger.
I can eat a double bacon cheeseburger. It tastes the same. I feel great about myself after.
But why don't you feel great about yourself of having just a real good double bacon cheeseburger?
A myriad of reasons, but like it put me on my ass. I'm like, I don't really want to. I have too much stuff to do in my life. Like I don't need 2 hours to rejuvenate after.
You know what? I promise you, J Riff. Do you own a barbecue?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you use it for?
Carrots. I promise you, one day you're gonna wake up and it's gonna be Labor Day weekend or something. You're not gonna have work. You're gonna want to be outside in the sunshine in beautiful San Diego, and you are gonna miss the feeling of a fresh, red-blooded piece of meat sizzling on the grill.
Golly.
That's like a top 5 sound of my life.
Oh, dude.
It's like a home run back crack, sizzling grill.
Fletch, first of all, I'm not a hater. I am not a preacher. I'm not going out there with my signs and my pitchforks telling people that you're going to go to hell if you don't eat like vegan. Like, I don't care. I don't like animal rights, fine, whatever. I do have like 10% for the animal rights and 90% because it just makes me feel good. So I don't really care what you do. I'll live vicariously through you. And at the end of the day, just like when we watch certain things, that doesn't mean that we're going to portray the acts of which we are watching, even though we're enjoying those acts. I do watch you eat a piece of meat, enjoy it.
Are you talking about murder mysteries right now? What are we getting into?
No, I'm talking about the P word. Now,
your protein shake?
I'm happy for you, Fletch. That's all I'm trying to say.
The North Island Credit Union Amphitheater. They've got beer. They've got burgers,
nachos. Nachos are actually fire.
Lemon heads,
great vegan menu, by the way.
My dad's, golly, New Kids on the Block. They're going to be there July 7th. Ticketmaster.com if you're looking for information or you want to buy tickets. But if you would like to win tickets, you are going to call in exactly 2 minutes. So 7:58 and 30 seconds. That's when the phones are going to be answered. 877-767-4760. Caller number 5. You're going to win New Kids on the Block tickets. Fletch.
Just to put a wrap on this segment before we get out, 913 J-Riff, Kevin Harlan here. Pull up your pants, take off the bra, and be a man. Derek Togerson coming up next. Hour number 3, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. We will start with the Padres, who completed the sweep of the Nationals yesterday at Petco Park with an 8-5 win. Kyle Higashioka, 2 homers in the win. We'll play that for you coming up in a sec. Padres finally going to get a day off before shipping off to the East Coast. They got the Red Sox for 3 starting tomorrow, followed by 3 against the Rangers in Texas. The first round of the NBA draft was last night. The Hawks had the first overall pick. They took Zachary Rizache, the 6'9" sharpshooting French basketball player. 2-time college basketball player of the year, Zach Edey, went to Purdue. He is now on the Grizzlies at the 9th overall pick. VA education benefits allowed some to earn a degree without the type of student debt that so many people face. Services were then, benefits are now. Get what you earned. Visit choose.va.gov. Not all veterans are eligible for the type or amount of benefits mentioned here.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on a Bar Cart Friday Eve. Bar Cart Friday brought to you by Keg and Bottle. 10 locations all throughout San Diego County. Tony Conja going to be joining us tomorrow. Also going to have a couple comedians here in studio.
You have no idea how excited I just got.
About
Bar Cart Friday.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not Friday yet. It's Eve.
You had me thinking for a second.
Eve. You're like, I played the wrong intro. Nah, not quite yet. We got 24 hours until official Bar Cart Friday. 22 hours until we start celebrating our Bar Cart Friday. Rich Ornberger on a little vacay. He's got his ass in the water, toes in the sand. J-Riff filling in for him. J-Riff you hear every single day here on San Diego Sports 760 from noon to 3. As he's Darren Smith's producer and board op, button pusher, high fiver, professional high fiver. And, I mean, nobody wears aviators like you do.
Is Darren Smith a high five guy or is he a chest bump guy?
He's I want a softly fist bump guy.
Oh, so it's like
he's not much of a physical. He doesn't really like physical contact like
when
that.
he does the fist bump, does he like to do knuckles or that side fist bump?
He's a he's a knuckler.
Oh, a knuckler.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get real white.
Wow. Because he's so amped up.
Yeah, he's just pumped to give you a light fist bump.
On Mountain Dew?
He'll come at you like a spider monkey. We got Tarek Togerson going to be joining us here in mere moments.
He's firing up the laptop right now for StreamYard, so we can play the Kyle Higashioka homers again.
I like the sound of that.
We can talk about the Padres for a second. Last night was an excellent win. The last 3 days were really excellent wins in a highly emotional series that started with Jerks and Profar getting a walk-off hit to right field. It ended up being a single, even though it was, in fact, a ground rule double. He never touched second base. But then Jerks and Profar celebrates right in front of the Nationals bench. Nationals players did not like that. The next day, first inning, standoff at home plate between Jerks and Profar and the catcher for the Nationals. Bench is clear. Manny Machado's in the middle of it trying to break it up and be peace officer. Jerks and Profar follows that up with a grand slam. Yesterday, Padres jump out to an 8-0 lead, try to blow it. Kyle Higashioka at the plate. 2 homers in 1 game.
Brett Sullivan down the left field line towards the corner, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Kyle Higashioka, his 7th of the year, and the Padres get the lead again on top 2-0. In the air to deep left field. Higashioka sends one. Gone! Higashioka plays in Slam Diego.
Yeah. Is Slam Diego back if you do 2 consecutive games with grand slams?
Give me 2 more.
You have to have 4?
I think you got to have 5 at this point, right?
To call it Slam Diego?
You got to break the streak. So last time it was Will Myers, Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Eric Hosmer, who had the 4 in a row.
Dude.
Who is the most likely option for 3 and 4? You just had Jerks and Profar, Kyle Higashioka. Is 3...
You know what I'm thinking.
Jackson Farrell Merrill. And then 4?
4. Let's bring Manny back.
Donovan Solano.
I like that better.
Yeah. Then Manny? Maybe Manny's number 5.
Donovan Solano earned it after hightailing it here in the back of a food cart or whatever it was.
Solano Beach, please, is what he's called.
Wasn't that the story Kevin Acey told us?
Not at the back of a food truck. He was calling his gardener, who was also named Victor.
No, there was another story. Oh, no, Kevin Acey. This was on the Nationals broadcast. This is a crazy story. I can't believe we haven't talked about it. Donovan Solano's brother is a former National. They both, I believe was it Cuba? I forgot where but they both escaped in like the back of a food cart or like a cattle cart.
I have not heard this at all.
This was on the Nationals. I cannot believe that we haven't. All right, let me talk amongst yourself for 1 second.
Well,
I'm going to
Derek
get my...
Togerson is here, and he's dressed a lot like J-Riff. So if you're not on the stream, get on over to YouTube
Toby's
or
got some nice
X.
biceps, by the
Just
way.
type in Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, and you are going to see Derek Togerson, who is donning a tank top.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Oh, brother?
How you doing? Oh my God, J-Riv, you better have just had LASIK surgery. That's the only acceptable reason you're wearing sunglasses inside in the morning.
Thank you for your concern. That's exactly why.
Okay, good.
That's not why at all. It's because his level of douchiness is off the charts, Togs.
Whenever DT joins the show, that's how I feel. Cal State Fullerton, notable alum DT, by the way.
Yes, by the way, so I come in here, I'm on here for 4 seconds. You're already lying to me, J-Riff. This is great.
Yeah, look,
as expected.
It's not the show of record, so you can say whatever you want. Yeah. It is, however, your premier destination for Padres information. We say that all the time, Togs. That's why we bring you on. The Padres absolutely on fire. Does this continue, or are we setting ourselves up to fall back to 500?
That is the $64 million question, TD. I'd like to say it continues. It's they kind of this ebb and flow thing, right? Like they start the year, they're terrible at home and awesome on the road. And then the last month they've been terrible on the road and awesome at home. And I think what they're starting to do now is kind of find who they are and find their rhythm. And Manny's adjusted his swing, so he's healthy now or healthy-ish, so that he can be hitting something resembling Manny Machado. Dylan Cease looks like he's coming back. Matt Waldron's been a revelation, which has been fantastic to kind of solidify some part of that rotation. So I'd like to say cautiously optimistic that yes, they are moving forward in the proper trajectory, and they'll be pretty good on this road trip. If you can get Texas, they go 3 in Boston, 3 in Texas. If you can get Texas before DeGrom and Male and Evan Carter and Josh Young all come back off the injured list, then you should be in pretty good shape there. So I'm optimistic about this road trip, at least like a 4-2 type of thing.
Togs, let's talk about Jurickson Profar, because 2 months ago, I kind of made a joke about Jurickson Profar being the league MVP. 2 months later, kind of seems like Jurickson Profar might be the league MVP because he's playing out of this world. He's the best value in all of sports. Nobody saw this coming, but what is he doing differently from the rest of his career?
I talked to Jurickson about this a little bit ago, and what he said was it took a little while for this to click because the talent's always been there, right? I mean, he was #1 overall prospect in baseball for a reason. And he said what he learned last year is when he takes competitive at-bats, he's really good. Like you see what happens when he gets fired up. Like Will Smith, double, gets challenged by the Nationals, grand slam, walk-off double, ground rule, whatever it is. When he's challenged, he's really, really good. So what he said was he's kind of learned this year that if he makes every at-bat throughout the entire season a competitive at-bat, he can be pretty good. I think sometimes he got caught up in the 600 plate appearances. Like this gets a long season. You got to pace yourself. Now I think he's like, listen, I've been doing this 12 years, man. I need to enjoy and take every single at-bat as if it might be the last at-bat of the season. Now that he's doing that and putting that urgency in every at-bat, making them, as he says, competitive plate appearances, we're seeing what kind of like the unlock the cheat code for Jurickson Profar. So I think that's really the difference is it's a change in mindset for him where he is attacking every time he goes to the plate, and it's working out beautifully.
Yeah, we got Derek Togerson joining us, NBC 7.
J-Riff, it's your turn to ask a question.
J-Riff was checking out Togs.
Does J-Riff have the order now? What is this, Lord of the Flies?
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
I'm just. Dude, Derek Togerson, there's like not many people who can match my energy, and Derek Togerson surpasses my energy, and it's like early, so I'm just trying to.
Because I eat fish.
I'm very overstimulated right now.
Hey, Togs, where do the Padres have to sit here in order for them to actually add some pieces to this team that where it feels like they could make a run?
Well, they're going to add pieces. AJ Pillar has to add. That's his DNA. He has to add pieces. If they're within, what was it last year at the trade deadline? They were under 500, but within like 6 games of a wild card spot, and he was trying to add pieces. He's going to add pieces. That's a foregone conclusion. Which pieces he's going to add? That's the big question mark. We know they need help in the bullpen, but what they could do is find another starting pitcher, and that moves Randy Vasquez into a bullpen role, which is something he excelled at when he was with the Yankees. So it could be just moving assets around, if you will. So they're gonna try and find an arm somewhere. We keep hearing Garrett Crochet's name popped up, and now we hear the Dodgers are hot on his tail as well. They're gonna find some way to strengthen the pitching staff up to down. And then they're going to probably try and find that they have to find some outfield depth now because you don't know what's going on with Toddy. So you have to find somebody who can do whatever it is that they need in the outfield. But Tyler Wade's probably not the answer, although he can be there in a pinch. So they got to find another outfield bat, and they have to find another arm. If they can do that, the National League is such a quagmire right now that you don't know who's going to be selling and who's going to be buying. So it's going to be one of the kind of weird. I think Pittsburgh should be sellers because you don't want Paul Skeens pitching that many innings late into October this early in the year. So I think they have to kind of punt on this year, even though they could make a playoff run because that offense is just simply not going to be good enough to really make a dent anyway. They should sell off a couple pieces, retool, and come out firing next year. I don't know what the Cubs will do. They seem like they might kind of force it and stay in the race. You don't know who's going to be looking for stuff. There could be a lot of buyers, could be a lot of sellers. So when the market kind of starts to take shape and teams figure out this is what we're doing, like what the hell is taking Toronto so long to sell off all these pieces? When they stop ramming their heads against the wall and start giving people Yusei Kikuchi, that's a place they'll start looking.
Real quick pause.
Quick
So
time
you
out.
said something there, and
Yeah.
I wasn't fully listening, but I was kind of listening. Paul Skeens, future Padre?
No.
Oh no, God, no. I was saying,
Oh.
Sorry, let me rephrase. Pittsburgh needs to punt on this season because if they stay in contention and Paul Skeens has to throw 150 innings as a rookie, that's not good for his future.
But it'd be way cooler if he came to San Diego and brought his girlfriend with him.
That's what
I
we're
want his fastball here more than anything else.
Yeah, don't care about that.
that was actually second on my list.
Maybe the Pirates should just open up like an off-season training site in San Diego.
That's a good idea.
That'll work.
That works.
Hey, the Saints and the Cowboys and the Raiders, they're all holding training camp here in Southern California this year. So why not? More the merrier. Everybody come on over.
The Denver Nuggets, by the way.
The Golden State Warriors have come to UC San Diego to hold training camp. Which was really fun to go watch Steph Curry and Kevin Durant have a 3-point shooting shoot-off in practice. That was actually pretty cool. So, yeah, this is a great place, a hotbed for sports. Everybody come on down.
Where are the Padres going to give up to gain?
Not Ethan Salas. Probably not Leo Dallas DeVries. Maybe – I think Dylan Lesko is the interesting one because the stuff is off the charts, but he's not finding the strike zone. And typically, if you're this far removed from a Tommy John, you're going to start finding the strike zone. So that maybe if Mason Miller's on the table, maybe that opens up like a guy like Dylan Lesko. But other than that, they've got depth in the system. Ryan Bergerts is a guy to look at. I don't think they give up anybody from the major league side because unless you're going to trade one of their big contracts, there's probably not a whole lot of depth there unless – I think that we can put to bed the whole Ha-Sung Kim thing at this point. Just let that ride to the end of the season and figure it out by then.
Really quickly, can I cut you? Can I cut you off really quickly on HSK? He's walking at an insane rate. He's top 7 in the league. Do you have an explanation for that?
He's got a really good eye and a really small strike zone.
But why aren't pitchers throwing strikes to him if they know he's not great at making solid contact?
Because they're trying to get him. Historically, his chase rate has been kind of iffy, so they've been trying to get him to do that. He's not doing that this year, which is the weird thing about Ha-Sung Kim is if he's getting more pitches in the strike zone, he should be making more solid contact, and he's just not. That's been the weird thing about Kimmy this year is he's getting pitches to hit, he's just not hitting them. But another thing he does is he will work some long at bats where he'll foul a ball off, foul a ball off, foul ball. He'll do 7, 8, 9 pitch at bats, and that'll end up working a walk. So he's got a good eye, and he's working at bats. The problem with that is when he's getting in those long at bats, and the pitcher does make a mistake, he's not capitalizing on it.
Hey, so how long do you think before a real expectation before we see Tatis back in the lineup?
Ooh.
God,
your gut.
September.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought the same thing.
Well, here's the thing. These stress reactions, man. Basically, what's happening is, and you see it a lot with, we'll say, bodybuilders who put a lot of excess muscle strain on the bone, and the bone can't handle it. So that's what's going on here is the muscle gets too strong for the stuff that's going on around it. So basically the femur is reacting to too much strain on it, too much biomechanical strain on it, and it can't handle. So this is not a muscle issue, it's a bone issue. So when you got a bone, and by the way, the femur, as we know, is the largest bone in the human body. So when you got problems with that, it's going to take a while to heal. You got to stay off it, and then you got to find a way to get back with your timing, yada, yada. So this is a problem. Remember, he had a stress reaction in his back his rookie year, and he lost 80 games. So I don't know if it's going to be that long. They also could have just shut him down because he was a rookie and they were falling out of the race in 2019 anyway. I don't know if they try to rush him back here, but these things, you're talking about a bone density and structure issue. That's not something you can really mess around with. And I have no idea what the timetable would be, but it does not sound like it's going to be a quick fix.
DJ Axel, it's his first time on YouTube. Welcome to the show. He tells you and J-Riff, bros, get some sun or some long sleeves. Now, Tokerson, I know you hike, but
he lifts.
Do you not hike without a shirt or with a short sleeve shirt on?
Oh no, I wear the regular old shirt for doing that. Actually, I had this on because as you got me, I'm refinishing some furniture in the backyard. So This is like work gear. So I just went in and thought I was going to be on the phone. So I came over here and popped over here.
Togi's a rare one because he is the perfect combination of gym strength and man strength.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So you
Like
gotta go.
he's out there working.
He's a
with
man.
his hands in the
Damn,
backyard.
Tokerson actually has some guns.
Dude,
Oh,
they're
look
strong.
at that. Yeah. Dude, Tokerson's ripped.
Anytime he joins the Darren Smith show, Darren always looks at me and is like, that's what you need to grow up to be like.
Man.
Now, see, Darren's a very smart man. So you got to work on your vascularity, J-Riff.
Do you ever challenge Togs to any sort of athletic event? Because that seems to be your MO, J-Riff.
No, he's young and crazy. He's not stupid.
Yeah.
Actually, joke's on you. I am stupid.
What?
And speaking of stupid, Togs, you got any Harry Potter hot takes for TD over here who doesn't like Harry Potter?
I still can't look. I don't mind that people don't like Harry Potter. That's fine. My contention is trying to claim like Harry Potter is like not a great franchise or somehow lesser than other stuff. It's like, dude, you get to read the freaking room. Understand.
He also doesn't like Game of Thrones, so I think TD just doesn't like good things.
Well, I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones, so I can't speak on that. But also, I do that. That's for a reason because I know if I start it, I'll lose like 6 weeks of my life watching it all. So it's like a preventative measure because I have an addictive personality. So I'm just not doing that. But the Harry Potter thing, man, it's just, if you don't like it, great, but just acknowledge that, you know what, this is a big deal. That's my only contention with TD.
I acknowledge that Harry Potter is a big deal.
I'd just rather watch Star Trek.
Yeah. Well, look, I feel like
Star Trek's awesome too.
I feel like I should like Harry Potter.
Or
I'm
the
just saying,
scariest catch.
There has never been one Harry Potter that I haven't fallen asleep at. And I don't even know how many there are. It's
Actually,
like 20.
Can I just say that you should love Harry Potter because if it's enacting your parasympathetic nervous system and relaxing you that much, like there are a lot of things that might give us anxiety in this world. What? If something is relaxing you to the point
what are we talking about right now?
This is Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. There is a 3-syllable max on words here. Okay.
No, Rich usually says the big words, but no one knows what they mean, including Rich. J-Riff, that is a laugh.
Parasympathetic is not a laugh.
Parasympathetic nervous system?
Yeah, that's a 6-syllable word, dude. You doubled up on the maximum number of syllables. I mean, I almost fit it over with maximum. That's 3. They can't do any more than that.
Fine, I'll go take my lap.
Togs, we love you. Thank you for being here, brother.
Yeah.
Thanks,
You guys.
Yep. Man, oh man, there he goes. Derek Togerson, NBC 7.
He knows what I'm talking
on
about.
Friars podcast. He knows what you're talking about. Yeah, because he feels your aura from your
heartbeat
No,
when
he's
he's
not in the
within
room.
6 feet.
J-Riff, it's weird that
from
you're
you.
still sitting down.
Yeah.
And right now, big voice guy. What's going on in sports? Travis Steele.
Oh, that's
halftime.
right. Oh, is it that time? We're going streaking! It's officially official. The Padres are streaking 3 in a row. They sweep the Nationals in dramatic fashion. Past couple days, Profar, he's been the hero. Yesterday, Kyle Higashioka hits 2 home runs.
Higashioka.
Higashioka. That's what I said. Is that what it is?
You nailed it that time.
Higashioka.
Higashioka.
I wrote it incorrectly. Anyways, hit 2 home runs. One of them was a grand slam. How do you like that? That's the second grand slam in 2 days. Slam Diego, it's back. I'm saying it's back. 2 days in a row works for me. Higashioka went 3 for 4, 6 RBIs on the day. Dylan Cease, nasty on the mound. He only allowed 1 hit over 7 innings, no runs, 9 strikeouts, but then middle relievers, it's fine. They gave up 5. Not enough to lose. Padres win 8-5. They get the day off today. They play the Red Sox tomorrow, a 4:10 start out in Boston. Padres now 3 games over 500. They've won 7 of their last 8 after going on a 5-game losing streak. Now only 8 games behind the Los Angeles Dodgers.
That's doable.
That's within striking distance. And that seems insane to even say.
And in the WNBA?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, cool.
There was a game on Tuesday. That was it.
They can't go 2 days in a row. God forbid.
I know, right? So there's a game Tuesday, and then they said, that's enough. Is it an all-star break in the WNBA or something?
No idea.
I don't know either. I thought
that's why J-Riff's here.
J-Riff, WNBA. Are they in an all-star break? Why are there no games?
Today?
And yesterday.
There was Commissioner's Cup was 2 days ago.
Commissioner's Cup? Wait, hold on. Is the Commissioner's Cup an in-game tournament?
In-season tournament, yeah.
So did the NBA take the in-season tournament from the WNBA?
No, the NBA and the WNBA took the in-season tournament idea from soccer.
What? Is that why it sucks?
Yes. J-Riff did want 10 seconds today to talk about Mexico soccer game.
Which one is dub? Is that C or D?
It's F. But J-Riff did want 10 seconds to talk about Mexico soccer game.
Yeah, huge upset last night, actually, in Copa America. Venezuela is on to the knockout rounds. Venezuela is like...
So here's the deal, guys. Wayne and Chloe over at SDFatLoss.com, and I just spoke with our winner, Joe, who said...
Mexico needs Chucky Lozano. That's all I'm saying.
Look, I'm really serious about starting SDFatLoss.com. What's the first step? And I said, well, go to SDFatLoss.com, talk to Wayne and Chloe, set up a free consultation, and if you sign up today with the code word, just tell them Big Rich, TD, and Fletch sent you. You are going to save $200 on your sign up. So get on over to SDFatLoss.com. Joe told me, he was like, look, man, it's been years now where I feel like I've just kind of lost control and I eat too much and I eat too much bad stuff. Wayne and Chloe will fix that, and they'll fix it quick, man.
Yeah.
First 2 months, your entire philosophy about eating changes, and that's what happened for all 3 of us.
Yep, I get it, Joe. I get it. Been there as well. Did the exact same thing, and I didn't know where to get started. So I tried the fad things. I tried to eat things I didn't want to eat. I tried counting calories over at SDFatLoss.com. Didn't have to do any of that.
It's incredible, man. They set you up on this roadmap that you need to follow for the next 2 months of your life. And if you follow it, like 30, 40, 50 pounds is not out of reach. All 3 of us lost more than 35. I stepped on the scale this morning. I'm 46 pounds lighter than that day I got back from Mexico and Rich forced me onto a scale. Woo! And I look back at pictures of that and I can't even believe I let it get that far. But if you're ready to make a change, and you're ready to make a change in a big way, SDFatLoss.com is the place to go. You're going to save $200 when you mention Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Coming up next, more of this nonsense. Football, 69 days away. Yeah, baby. This update is presented by Toyota of Poway in the heart of San Diego. Padres sweep the Nationals. Petco Park yesterday with an 8-5 win. Kyle Higashioka, 2 homers in the win, one of them a grand slam. Padres finally get a day off today. They're going to Boston. They got the Red Sox for 3 beginning tomorrow for the weekend, and then they head to Texas for 3 against the Rangers. First round of the NBA draft was last night. Hawks had their first overall pick. They took Zachary Rizache, the 6'9", sharp shooting French basketball player.
And in Copa America, Mexico, a stunner losing to Venezuela 1-0.
The summer sales event is on now at Toyota of Poway. Over 200 new and pre-owned Toyotas in stock will get you the Toyota of your dreams with special finance and lease rates. There's never been a better time to get a new or certified pre-owned Toyota. Visit toyotaofpoway.com.
Vamos wave. Oh, yeah. That is Brandon Godden, part of the Braves TV booth, paying homage to the biggest internet craze since like GameStop stock shot up a couple of years ago. I mean, this is the fact that this has made its way into Major League Baseball broadcast, professional broadcasts. Oh boy, Hawk 12 runs deep. Big Rich T and Fletch J. Riff filling in for the big man, Rich Ornberger. He's on a beach in an undisclosed location. Travis Dale has vacated the building. And Ben Fletcher.
Yeah, I did just send a tweet over to Rich Ornberger. I took a picture of the screen when you and Togs were both flashing the guns. And I said, Rich, it might be time to cut your vacation short. There's way too much man flesh going on. And we're fine with male nudity, believe me. But there's too much between you and Togs because I think you both take it seriously.
Hold on. Well, yeah, we take going to the gym and our physical health very seriously. God forbid. You're saying that there's too much man flesh when Rich is like 4 of me.
That's true, but like when we take our shirts off, it's funny. You guys are like proud of what you got.
I didn't take. Wait, you should wait. Hold on. You should still be proud of what you have, even if it's different.
I have no shame in what I have. I am myself, and I'm very proud of who I am.
I love how you look.
It's a comedic nudity when it comes to our show. You guys are like trying to be sexy, which I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, dude, that's impossible.
Turns out Togs is actually kind of ripped. I had no idea.
Togs is a sexy man
now.
He's a sexy human being.
So the Hawk Tua thing, which has taken over the internet in June, it's like between Oilers girl, Hawk Tua, and then there was one more I can't remember. That's been the internet for the month of June, and it's honestly been quite fantastic. It's been very comedic. It's been downright arousing at times. But Bryce Harper even did the Hawk Tua as a celebration. Did you see that? He hit a double in a game recently.
What, he spit on the bat or something?
No, he hit a double and he's on second base and he goes Hawk Tua.
Dude,
it's taken over.
It's like you don't even have to try these days. All you have to do is get in front of a camera and say something ridiculous, and you too can be famous.
Well, it was like the early part of 2024 was all about sketch, right? Special teams, special players, Tuesday, and that was great, and that made its way into the Houston Texans invited sketch for a workout. A bunch of different Major League Baseball teams, when players were walking out, they were doing the special teams, special players Tuesday. What's up, brother? And I think that the internet's in a pretty cool spot right now where guys that look like sketch or a girl on Broadway just saying Hawk Tua can become famous overnight.
Wait, you're saying that this is cool?
Yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle.
I find that this is concerning to me, Ben.
Now, sketch has legit talent. I don't know if you've ever watched that dude stream.
Yeah, he's good.
He's hilarious.
Sure.
He plays his character perfectly.
He's good personality.
Like he'll stream for 9-10 hours a day, and it'll all be pretty entertaining to watch. The Hawk Tua girl and the Oilers girl, a little different because they were just moments. It was like 5-second moments that just went viral and took over, and now they're probably both going to become millionaires because of it.
Are we talking Hawk 2?
Oh, you want me to play the audio again?
Yeah. I missed it. I was out gallivanting in the hallways.
This is the Braves TV broadcast.
Okay.
Who's on the call?
Brandon Godden is the play-by-play broadcast.
He's the voice of Madden for a
He
long
was
time.
the voice of Madden
He
for
was?
many years. And Georgia.
Dude, come on.
I'm here for it.
I'm completely here for it. Okay, so look, this is where pop culture and social media, that you can see how integrated they are with life now. It's incredible.
It's because everybody from the 17-year-old who opens up TikTok to scroll through to the 58-year-old broadcaster opens up TikTok to scroll through. And it's been totally dominated by a few different things throughout the year.
At 12:45 every day on the Darren Smith Show, I have a segment called Call of the Day.
Okay.
Is this the call of the day?
Would be if you were on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Does the audience translate?
Do you think that Darren and Marty know what Hawk Tuah is?
How could they not?
Yeah.
Marty will pretend she doesn't know.
Because Marty uses Threads.
It's got to be on. She uses Threads?
It'll be on Threads in like 2 weeks. It'll start going viral on Threads.
Marty does for real?
That's what she claims.
I don't know anybody that does, except Marty now.
Yeah, there you go. There's the one person.
So we were told here at iHeart that, hey, there's a new social media platform, Threads. Make sure you guys are using it. So as soon as it came out, we signed up. I posted one thread, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the end. I don't think I've opened Threads.
615 on the text line. I think this is Budweiser Scott. I would rather sign Hawk Tuah to a long-term deal than Tua Tagovailoa.
What was the joke that I made to you, Fletch?
You said that the Hawks, who had the first overall pick last night, should have signed Hawk Tuah.
I agree. 615. If that's Budweiser Scott,
I think because he's a Dolphins fan, so that would make sense.
Dude, wow. And he's no go on Tua?
If you were a Dolphins fan, would you be full go on Tua to sign him to a 5-year top of the market deal?
Who else are you going to sign right now?
I don't know, but we got 69 days to figure it out.
Dude, you're going to tell me that Tua's not at least a top 10 quarterback?
Well, okay, if you're bottom tier of top 10, that's out of the Super Bowl window, I would say.
I would say yes.
So if you're going to spin the wheel and you have to decide, okay, am I going to spend, I don't know, what's the going rate for quarterbacks right now? $52 million a year?
Can you give me
average? Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not spending that on Tua Tagovailoa.
Can you give me the 9 quarterbacks that you have ahead of Tua Tagovailoa?
Probably, yeah. Brock Purdy's in there for sure.
In case you didn't know, Ben Fletcher's a 49ers fan.
Brock is probably a top 5.
He was in a Super Bowl a year ago. He was a few plays from maybe winning that Super Bowl.
Explain yourself. I'm asking you to give me 9 quarterbacks.
Okay, I'd throw Kirk Cousins above Tua Tagovailoa. That might be a hot take. He's probably right before Tua Tagovailoa.
That's why they drafted Michael Penix.
If Kirk Cousins was in that Miami Dolphins offense
4 years,
that offense would look incredible. I would have CJ Stroud way above him. I'd have Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. Did I say Joe Burrow? Yeah. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, obviously.
Aaron Rodgers,
I would still have above Tua Tagovailoa if you're asking for a quarterback right now. And then who am I dropping?
Geno
off?
Smith? No, I'm kidding.
No Trevor Lawrence either. He's in that Tua range.
You would put Trevor.
Bills.
Josh Allen for sure above.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson for sure above.
Did you say
that's at least?
Did you say Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, I did.
Joe Flacco?
No.
Joe Flacco is elite.
Dude, that guy carried the team last. Comeback player of the year.
And by the way, Caleb Williams might be above him. We don't know yet. We haven't seen him play.
Yeah, we don't know yet. Yeah. I mean, I would agree with everything he said there, and that still puts Tua in the top 10.
Yeah, I'd say he might be number 10.
I agree with 615 here. I don't like the fact that I would have to sign him on a long-term deal. I just don't know where else you go with the moment.
Think about this. Tua Tagovailoa for $52 million a year or Gardner Minshew for $20 million a year. I'm taking Gardner Minshew pretty much every day of the week.
For $20 million, and then you spend that $30 million on something else?
I like Gardner Minshew a lot, and I know I might be on an island about that, but I'm actually excited about the Raiders this year because of Gardner Minshew.
69 days till the start of football season.
Days? And we don't know. Anthony Richardson coming off an injury, I might have him above Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You're tripping.
I think that's getting
Tua
a little
is
too
very,
far.
very good in the Miami Dolphins system, which I know you could say the same thing about Brock Purdy, and it's a very similar system.
Okay, so if he's good in that system and he is successful in that system, then he is like worth what he's worth in that system, which is high value.
But that system requires you to pay a $30 million to Tyreek Hill. That system requires you to pay a lot of money to Jalen Waddle. It requires you to have a tight end.
Few quarterbacks who could really make something out of
for
nothing.
Sure.
There's very few. The list is so
that's
small.
kind of what the Jets are asking Aaron Rodgers to do this year. He's going to have to be very, very good with a very cheap wide receiving core. Now, that wide receiving core does include who's the second-year guy at this point? Garrett Wilson, who's a stud. He's awesome, but he's cheap, and so Aaron Rodgers can get away with that.
949 number says that you forgot Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is in the Tua range.
He's in the Tua. He and Tua, you can make a strong comparison between the two and like how they fit in their systems.
I hate the Eagles, but I do like Jalen Hurts. I just think that Jalen Hurts is a little bit of a cheat code in the fact that he can do something that no one else across football can do. The tush push.
Yeah.
And now, can he still do that without Jason Kelce? That's going to be a big question
Yeah.
going into this year.
That is a big question, but you know that was in the cards of Jason Kelce showing the tricks.
I am so curious, by the way, how the Philadelphia Eagles look without Jason Kelce, because we talk about centers a lot and how they oftentimes will have to be one of the smarter positions on the football field. And like Rich Armberger, for all the crap we give him, is a very smart dude. He played the center position.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Hardwick, who I have a great relationship with, Nick Hardwick was one of the smartest centers at the time he played. That Chargers offensive line was considered the best offensive line in football when LT broke every record in the books. A lot of that credit goes to the offensive line. Jason Kelce leaving the Philadelphia Eagles might be a 2-game difference maker.
That would not bode well for the Eagles.
His war was probably about a 2.
I bet you it was a 2.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about Jason Kelce, the impact that he had on the field as the best center in football, and I don't think there's any doubt that he was for the last 5 or 6 years, and how much he helped Jalen Hurts mature in the league. And Jalen Hurts is a better quarterback when he had Jason Kelce under
his leadership and the energy that the energy that his heart exuded on that football field, Travis, unparalleled.
Yeah, and if at center, I mean, you've got 6 feet in both directions that people can pick up on his emotions being emitted from his heart.
For sure.
Yeah.
And on runs, like if they did that outside run who was their running back last year? He had a really good season. Can't remember his name, but he wasn't good when he was on the Lions. He was very good when he was on the Eagles. But Jason Kelce would be out in front leading the charge. How many centers are being pulled to go 10 yards down in front of as the lead blocker for running back? Hardly any.
Right. And you talk about a glue guy on a team.
He was everything.
He was everything. Yeah. So it will be interesting to see. Also interesting that 69 days out from the start of the season, we are
Saquon Barkley.
No, he's on the Eagles now.
Yeah,
he wasn't last year.
Yeah.
It was
Who was on the
I had him on one of my fantasy teams. He was excellent last year. I can't remember his name. He was on the Lions. He got traded to the Eagles. He had a career
the dude
year.
who scored like 1 touchdown on. Yeah.
He had a career year.
Not
Jamal Williams. It'll come to me at some point.
Yeah, we'll figure
Not
it out.
important.
In the break, guys.
He's a running back. They get injured and leave.
It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
And J-Riff.
Actually,
it's J-Riff, TD, and Fletch.
It is right now because Rich out on a little vacation, taking a few well-deserved days off.
Your camera is literally taped to the thing.
Actually, thank you for that. Jim Russell has responded.
Okay.
A quick update. If you're with us at the beginning of the show,
we'll bring him back to speed here. Bring him up to speed. So Rich Ornberger said, "Hey, I know you want a camera to use, so I'm going to lend you my camera to use while you fill in for me on vacation. Here's the camera. Yesterday was the first day you used it. This morning you opened it up and went, hey, how do I get it to attach to the stand?
There's no
and I
hole.
said, it's missing the piece that makes it attached to the stand. So in 1 day's time, you've lost a part for the camera.
So after the Darren Smith show yesterday, Marty Caswell, DeAndre Swift, thank you, 619 number. Marty Caswell holds up this piece, and I didn't realize what it was at the time, so she puts it back on the desk. I text John and Jim this morning in a group, which is always a bad idea. And I said, there was a camera clip, blah, blah, blah. Where was it? John said, Jim was holding it yesterday. And then I don't know what happened. Jim Russell at 8:28, which is almost 20 minutes ago, 16 minutes ago, said it fell on the ground, I think, under the studio desk. Jim, why didn't you pick it up? And then John Schaefer responds and says, go to sleep. And that was the end of the conversation.
Wow.
And guess what? It's not under the desk.
Well, that's bad news. That's bad news. Hopefully we find it.
That blame does fall back on J-Riff.
We'll look here in the break. Maybe we just aren't seeing it. We'll be back here in mere moments. Bottom of the barrel. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, it's back. It's happening September 20th and 21st at the T-Mobile Arena out in Las Vegas. Live performances by Keith Urban, New Kids on the Block, the Black Crowes, and a whole lot more. And now's your chance to buy tickets at AXS.com. Get them now before they sell out. Big Rich CD and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760. Hey. Wow. J-Rip filling in for Rich Ornberger, who's on vacation, and ordering himself protein powder and having it delivered right here to the station.
Okay, so this was an accident. This morning I asked Alexa to get me more protein powder because I'm out of protein powder. I didn't realize
instantly.
I legitimately did not realize that I guess the default on my Amazon is to the station. And so I get a text from Dom, the Gia Macarena, our amazing salesman.
Yep.
And he said, there's a package for you. And shockingly, it's my protein powder.
You know, there was a company-wide email like probably a month and a half ago about getting personal packages delivered to the office.
It was an accident.
Right. Well, he's got to stay full of his protein.
It's called his pea powder.
His pea powder. That's right. Man, more New Kids on the Block tickets tomorrow. Tomorrow is a Bar Card Friday, brought to you by Kagan Bottleton, locations all throughout San Diego County. Tony Conja going to be here. Hopefully Dominic Gia Macarena will be in studio as well.
Yeah, do you mind if I kick off bottom of the barrel here?
Yeah,
because I think that there's a calling from God for our show.
Okay.
And it is to get a hashtag trending.
And that hashtag is
Save the Hooters.
Save the Hooters, because Hooters location's closing down.
So you had the report on Monday or Tuesday that like 15 had closed down?
Yeah, 12 or 15, somewhere in there.
Over 40 Hooters have permanently closed based on current market conditions of underperformance. Experts are baffled. Some say it has something to do with their laser-like focus on multicultural strategy, using a well-thought-out marketing plan to show their dedication to diversity and inclusion, yet those theories are yet to be explored. I just think people aren't going to enough Hooters.
People need to frequent Hooters.
Hashtag Save the Hooters.
Led
by Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
I have never been to a Hooters.
That's the problem.
Well, yeah, you're part of the problem.
Do they have vegan stuff?
Probably.
Let's see.
What?
That's not why you go, though.
What?
Look,
are you talking about?
They do.
So the
They
time
have vegetarian boneless chicken wings.
The time that I started frequently going to our Hooters here in Mission Valley, which is an excellent location, was when COVID was happening. They were one of the first restaurants to open back up. They had the UFC fights every single Saturday. My buddy Peter and I would go and literally sit at Hooters for 6 hours. Every Saturday.
6 hours?
Oh, that's how long UFC fights generally.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
But that's
hashtag Save the Hooters.
I know, I'm with you. Well, we know what, we're going to start that. We're going to get that rolling.
That is the fabric of American eatery.
It's a very, very good cause.
They got good wings.
Also, on bottom of the barrel, Animal Print is back. Animal Print is back. And we're talking the Marilyn Monroe style animal print. Kim Kardashian did a photo shoot of her in some animal print. Nicely done, Kim. Nicely done, Kim. That's all I'm saying. Tell me you don't like Kim Kardashian in there. Did you click on it?
I don't love Kim Kardashian.
God, you're killing me.
For whatever
Were you
reason.
one of the people booing her when she was at the Tom Brady roast?
No, I actually thought she did a pretty good job.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't really understand the booze. Like,
Yeah, I
I
didn't
thought
really understand
her
it either.
like 2 minutes or whatever she did was pretty funny.
Yeah, I thought so as well. Who do we think today,
Wait,
Fletch?
I have a bottom of the barrel.
Wait, okay, you got to go quick. You got
USA
about.
Panama today, 3 o'clock Fox.
That's how we end the show today.
That's bottom of the barrel. Well done, J-Riff.
He
filling in.
scraped it.
He'll be back tomorrow.
We
filling
thank
in
Derek
for Rich.
Tilgerson, NBC7, the On Fryer podcast he does with Darnay Tripp. It's actually a great location for Padres information.
That's correct.
But this is the destination for Padres information. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. We will be back tomorrow. Doug Gottlieb filling in for Colin Cowherd coming up next. He is the head coach of what college basketball program?
University of Wisconsin, Green Bay.
There it is. That's next. We'll see you tomorrow on a bar call.